Every time we try to make it, try to break it. I'm a revolutionary, but there seems to be no one left. And to get back to Queens, I took the E or the F. And rhyming is simply just the key to my quest to being the best. I'm passing before I'm even seeing the test. There's no reason to rest till I get double D breaths just to ease on my chest. I gotta make it to survive like bees to a nest. So I'm pleased to confess I stay leaving you blessed. As I'm feeling different as the season suggests, change from first breathing a breath to curse leaving to death. Countdown still technically has some time, so I figured I could jump in a little early. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the CryptoLifer Show. I am the CryptoLifer. You are the lifers, and together we make the greatest show in all of cryptocurrency. I thank you so much for being here. Stay motivated. Stay ready to change your life. I streamed every single day until my life changed. You can pick something to do every single day until your life changed. And it's that simple. Let's change our lives together. Let's pick a niche. Let's bang it out. Let's get disciplined. Let's get determined. And let's just do what we got to do until we get there. It's that simple, baby. We can do it every single day, and nobody can tell us we can't. I got some lemon water here. It's a little short because I poured a glass into here. But this was the last thing I packed in my car before I left. At the last minute, I said, man, you got to have the doing damage mug on the live stream. So I sent it into the trunk. I kind of, when you fit that last little thing in the trunk and then you close the trunk up. This is the last thing I put in there before I left the house. Doing damage, baby. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Love you all. Love you all. Love the shirts, baby. Shout out to East Jordan. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for complimenting me. What a nice person. Someone that compliments someone is already loving themselves. You're the man, dude. Let's get our grind on, baby. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to my moderators, Love Learning, East Jordan, and Fidel R. Escobar in the house. And these are the people that are really, everyone else is on vacation. Everyone else taking the week off, hanging out with their family. No one wants to go online today. But my Zero Allegiance, my blue crew is still here. Man, most loyal people in the game. University of Florida Gators for the win, baby. Loading the car is dad's version of Tetris. Pretty much. Pretty funny. Yeah, pretty bad. I love it, though. I love loading that car up. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Check out for latency here. Seems pretty good. Seems all right. Okay. Never know when you're traveling. Well, we're just going to deal with. Got a little lemon piece there. Okay. Moving forward. Let's take a look at the chat, shall we? Let's jump in. Let's have some fun. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and see what's going on for the day. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Last night was the first night I took the night off. I went to bed. I was posted some charts at the end of the night, but I was like, I wasn't spot on. But, had I been spot on, I would have really been able to tell my crew exactly what was going on. Take a look. Last night, Bitcoin pumped beautifully. We talked about this cup and handle breaking to the upside. We hit the exact target. Then we talked about this wedge breaking out. Remember, I said the wedge looks good on the 15. As I ended the live stream, I said the wedge looks like it highly likely to make it to the measured move, and the length of the pole was here. We got a little further than that. Yeah, could you take it a little more? Yeah, you could kind of, if you go wick to wick, you get that whole area there. Get rid of that. And look, lo and behold, I mean, that took you to the measured move. Then look, you made a high. I tell my students this all the time. Stochastics reset. When the stochastics reset again on the 15, if you cannot make a previous high, you're rolling over. And what you have there is a rising wedge. And you have to remember, just stick to your fundamentals. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time, don't they? M patterns are no good. So once you saw this M, now this was asleep. What time it was this? 2:45 at night, of course. You know, right before 3 a.m. on a night where they know everyone and their mother was at a barbecue till, 2 in the morning. So they knew all of America would get caught off guard. That's your measured move, okay? Right there. Then it made another flag here to the right here, see? And you could have flagged that out on like the 5 or the 7, probably the 5 minute. And look, when the 5 minute began to roll over, the short kept going, you see? And that's why we put shapes on smaller time frames to track price action. Now, this was a live stream and this was happening. You would have seen me go to the 5 minute and begin to draw a flag. Then I would have grabbed the length of the pole. And then swung it right there. I got it. And then swung it right there. Right? Actually, I think I was helping the kids like take a twig out or something. I don't know, man. But anyway, there's your measured move all the way down to 19,500, 19,350 area. We are bouncing, but again, still a little bit of a sketchy area here. Let's zoom out and see what we're in. What kind of structure are we forming? What's happening for Bitcoin right now? Thank you all for the kind words. Dave, man. Yo, everyone, can I share what happened, Dave? Can I share? With your permission, can I share what happened, Dave? Let me know. I'd like to share your story if I can. I think it's inspirational. I think it's insane. It's sad, too, that we were affected. My group was affected personally by what happened. And, a moment of silence, honestly. We're going to do a moment of silence. And, with Dave's permission, we're going to talk about it. But only with Dave's permission. Let me know, Dave. Let me know, Dave. I'm going to keep going, and I'll get back to that in a second in the segment here. Yes, go ahead. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. So, yesterday, Dave shared with us in the Discord that he was at the vicinity of the Parkland shooting in Illinois. And he actually was on his way to head over to the exact area. He was going to go in and out. He's like, I just want to go to the little fair, do my thing, and leave. And that exact region was where he would have been entering. He actually saw concrete getting ricocheted. He ran into a booth, the booth at like a parking lot, like what you, and he's like, if he hadn't waited, or at a gas station, if he hadn't waited and gotten gas, he may have been one of the people, who knows, bullets were flying, and one of our lifers was like this close to, and he jumped on his daughter, had to hold his daughter down and pray that they didn't get hit with bullets. So hold up. Moment of silence for anyone that got hurt, killed, or even that was just traumatically, emotionally damaged. And I know Dave's a strong brother, strong Irish brother, strong Aries dude. I know he's going to be okay, but wow. Moment of silence. Moment of silence. Man. That hits home. That was crazy. I'm so happy that you're okay, Dave. I was going to read your whole story out loud here. I don't know if it's needed. I don't know if we want to take people into that. But I almost kind of want to read it because it was so real. Like, I wake up and you're like, dude, lifer, man. Like, my whole life just flashed in front of my eyes. And, we all hear those stories, but to see it live, he was like, I was just there. This is really just happened to me. And, we're sitting there going through the charts, and it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. So, Dave, man, we love you. You're one of my biggest supporters. You're one of my strongest supporters. You always come through. You're always there to hold me down, to give me a word of confidence. I remember just weeks ago during our private screen share, you went out of your way to just say, hey, man, everyone asks you this, asks you that. Bro, we all cry, man. I'm going to read it right here. I'm going to read it real quick. And I know everyone, all you want is crypto, and I know it's all about crypto every day. But, dude, our lives, dude, you guys, I'm so blessed. Craziest day ever. I got out of the 4th of July spot in Chicago. I pull up to the booth to pay the guy to park. I can't find my wallet. He tells me to just pull to the side and come back when I find it. Had he found his wallet, you get it? But he didn't find his wallet. Because he lost his wallet, crazy turn of events, right? So I park by the booth. I'm standing outside my truck looking for my wallet when I hear gunshots, like close. Then I see concrete flying. Bullets are hitting the parking garage about 20 yards behind me, and the concrete is literally flying off and landing feet from me. The guy says, "Hurry, guys, get in my booth." We would then sit in the parking lot attendant's booth, hide under his table as we continue to hear shots ring out. We could hear on the radio what is going on. It's straight up active shooter situation. We would sit under the counter. I'm holding my daughter down with all my might, praying to God that a bullet doesn't come through this tiny little shack we're in. 15 to 20 agonizing minutes later, Chicago police officer would then come. He asked if anyone were injured. We said no. He told us there was an active shooter at the parade 500 yards away from our location with mass casualties and to stay hunkered down. Craziest day of my life. Never have been so happy to be alive. I'll make the most out of every day. I had not stopped for gas on the way to Chicago. My wife and my daughter and myself could have been one of the people that were shot today. I still am shook, you guys. This will change your life forever. You can look it up. Highland Park shooting. I called it Parkland. Sorry, Highland Park shooting, right? My planned out spot to be able to get in the quickest way was exactly where 23 people were shot and injured. 6 were killed. Sorry for the rant. Just was the craziest day of my entire life. I love you all so much. Thanks for listening. It's crazy, man. And a picture of him and his daughter, but I won't, shout out to everybody that was affected by that. And again, another moment of silence. Like, we don't know why the devil does what he does and possesses people to do these horrible, horrible things. Ah, man. All right. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. So, when you're playing with support and resistance, you're trying to find market structure. Why? Because you want to know where the top and the bottom of the channel is. Because that helps you figure out when you're going to get tight. And when you get tight, that's when you can figure out when a big move is coming. So by figuring out market structure, we're able to kind of see what's happening, right? And so today we showed you that the M on the 15 was created. And that's my trading style. I wish I was up at 2 a.m. However, that's a live move. You got to be able to make that move live. Okay? And now another M was here. Look at this. This is a little M there. And if we go to like the 1 minute, you'll see that M. Look at it. See it? Double top. Double top, but that's an M. I mean, and then you broke to the downside. You're kind of doing it again here at the same resistance. You're doing the same thing you just did here. Had this V and then 2 tops. This V and then 2 tops. It's interesting. All right? You're seeing a bit of rejection here again for Bitcoin. All right? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to lower that top trend line because that's, to me, what occurred. Once we see that we couldn't get above that level, we can kind of figure out the way it looks, right? Hold up. This is so sick. I'm going to switch back to the house. That's funny. All right, but shout out to everybody here on the live. This is the old CryptoLifer show. So look, I'm going to delete everything, watch, and I'm going to show you fresh how I would look at this situation. All right. So the one good thing we got going on, or the one good thing that's not good, what I don't like about this whole situation, was the oscillations on the 4-hour. You have a low here on the 4-hour. You have a high when the Stokes get above the dotted line. Great. You have a higher low. That's awesome when you made back down. Then you couldn't make a higher high. You see, you got rejected. Same scenario I just showed you on the 15-minute. When the Stokes get above and you look left and you can't get above the high that you just made. And someone asked me, which high, the 15? I'm like, the previous high. Like whatever high you just saw. And when you can't get above that high, know that you're likely to get rejected to the downside. And then what you do is you make your next range where you saw your next bounce. So where did you see a bounce before? Right here. Right there, look. Price action has bounced right there. Bounce on a wick there. Bounced, rejection, and had a little bit of bounce there. And that's where you got rejected by. And you fell through the area. So now you can see that this mid-range area is heavy resistance. 20,500. That's it. And that's that psychological area. We said so many times, if the bulls couldn't get above 21,800, look for more downside. Simple. Then we talked about 20,008. And we said, if the bulls can't get above 20,008, which was this area right here, look for more downside. Right? And as you can see, they tried here on a wick, but they couldn't close the wick above 20,800. At that point, you open the short. Here, they couldn't close the high. You open the short. The 15-minute gave you the M pattern that led you to the bigger move. Now, the 4-hour still has more room to the downside. It's not done yet. It's got more room to the downside for sure. And, doesn't mean it's definitely going to, and that's what support and resistance comes in handy. If you're not making support and resistance, you're slipping. You're making a huge mistake with your trading. I'm telling you right now. And you know what the problem is? Everyone gets market cipher, and I'm not taking a hit, but everyone gets these new age indicators that are all fun and do everything for them, but they don't make their support and resistance lines. Like, they forget how to do the basics, okay? And the basics are what's going to set you free. At the end of the day, it's the fundamentals. Everything in life is the fundamentals. I don't care if it's basketball, baseball. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's mathematics. I don't care if it's, you're a lawyer and you're taking the bar. It's all about your fundamentals. All right? Every single thing you do is fundamentals. Golf, fundamentals. Right? So look, this was a breach out of the trend line, but look, top. I like the idea that was just a kind of a funny bump out. Also, whenever I make heads and shoulders, the head tends to be the extrapolation point that I don't put inside the pattern. Now, most people would say always put everything in the pattern. You're out of your mind. You see other YouTubers say he's wrong. He's got to be putting this here. And I'm legit with that. But at the same time, the angle doesn't change. And I touch way more angles when I do this. All right. So this is what we're seeing. We got the resistance. And the 15-minute told you what to do. That's why I use the 15-minute so religiously. You may too, after a long time of playing with the 15 and figuring out what I figured out with it. Let's take a look at our daily time frame. And our daily had a bullish cross to the upside, you can see, but it's giving it all back. Can we pump back up? We didn't bearishly engulf right now, which means this candle, we'd be able to put this entire green candle inside of this red candle. And we didn't do that. So because we didn't bearishly engulf so far, we're okay. We did get bought back on 2 wicks too. And at the end of the day, that's a low, that's a high, that's a higher low. I'm looking for the daily to put in a higher high up here. And this is why I went all in. If you remember, not all in, but I bought like $5,000 worth of Bitcoin in this area. And honestly, between 36K and about 17K, I bought $20,000 worth of Bitcoin. I really did. I bought so much Bitcoin, and I can prove it. I bought so much Bitcoin, as much as I possibly could. And some of the buys are down 500, some of them down 600. It depends because I bought them at all different times. But I believe 4 years from now, those buys in Bitcoin will be the greatest things that I ever did with my life, man. People think Bitcoin going to zero. You're hearing all sorts of nonsense. That's a good thing. You want to hear Bitcoin going to zero, Bitcoin's dead, Bitcoin's all the way down in the dumps. This is what you want to hear. You want to hear this stuff. Because if Bitcoin's going down and it's in, that's when you want to start buying. When the masses think it's dead, when CNBC starts telling you it's a dead asset, that it's never going to come back, this is a good thing. My fundamentals for golf. Look like a goof on the course, wear loud shirts, drink copious amounts of beer. You're funny, man. I can't drink when I golf. I don't drink at all. So I quit drinking, man. I drank for years, obviously. Not obviously, but being Irish growing up in Boston. But again, I eventually, even last night, I was with my sisters. I was in the jacuzzi, hanging out. I was in the jacuzzi last night. Of course I was. I was. And so, I'm in there just cooling off, doing my thing. My phone died while I was filming the jacuzzi-ness. I hope I hope it made it. I think it made it. Yeah, look, I'll post it to Telegram, and then I'll be able to put it out. But make sure you relax on July 4th at least. July 4th, I woke up, did my show, woke up 7 a.m., 8 a.m., prepared, did my show, had to then break down my studio, right? Had to then travel. I was doing updates. Look, this is the coolest thing about my trading group. No excuses, man. People make so many excuses. I have my job. I can't do this. I have that. Dude. And shout out to Dave and your daughter, man. It's like hard to just do a show and talk about crypto when people could have lost their lives. But look, this is me getting ready, to get grinding. This is yesterday. I'm alone. I'm not partying with my family. Everyone's out drinking beers, barbecuing. I'm alone, grinding, putting up my studio because I'm dedicated to my trading group. I've committed to something in my life, and I'm committed 110%. I travel. I lug all this equipment around wherever I go on my trips, and I make sure that I have the best possible setup so that I can stream and do what I got to do. And yesterday, I'll be honest, I worked my butt off yesterday. I took some time. I took the night off. I didn't post a Bitcoin update at 2 in the morning like I usually do. Bunch of coins did take a beat down too. But look, even here, you could trade here with the iPad and you can be going over stuff with the iPad. And I was sitting here drawing charts with the iPad. Crazy, right? So, like, there's no excuses. Like, you can always get it in. You can always get it done. There's no excuses. No excuses. None at all. There's only reasons why you didn't want to do something. You'll either find a reason to get it done, or you'll find an excuse not to. And honestly, that's really life in a nutshell. So there's your low, there's your higher low, there's your high, there's your low, there's your higher high, there's your higher low. We need to put in a higher high. Bitcoin must break above 21,000, 22K, 21,900 to remain bullish. That's simple. I would like it to go even higher to about here at 23,000. So to me, 23,000 is the niche to get above, because that breaks us above that little zonage right there. This little area here, see? So this is the area where we must break back above 21,850, and I would be super excited if we got above 23K, you know. So these are my two lines in the sand. You see us not get above, you see us have a huge surge and just have the daily collapse there. You're looking for more downside, all right? So keep that on your mind. Now, did we bottom down here? Many people think we may not. Many people are waiting for 10, 12K. You have to trade as if, right now, I have to tell you something. Everyone says, but Lifer, you do the pi cycle chart. Lifer, you do this every day. You surely know where Bitcoin's going to go. Or surely when you say it, you're somewhat in the ballpark. Surely you believe you know where Bitcoin's going. No, I don't believe in it. The second I think I tell myself I know where Bitcoin's going to go, the second I'm like, I know where Bitcoin's going, it's going to do this. Worst decision I ever made. I did sit my wife down and I told her I believe we bottomed. But I won't tell anyone else that. And if you guys are just hearing a conversation with me and my wife, I looked her dead in the face and I was like, you know, I can't tell anyone else because, you know, everyone has to make their own decision. I said, but man, from my years of doing this and from looking at the bigger charts in the 2 week and from looking at the charts and not using emotions, just from looking at the charts, I said, babe, there's an 80% chance that we bottomed at 17.5 there. I said, and I got to start buying like we did. And I said, you know what? If I put 20K in and it goes to 10K, 8K, 9K, 7K, so be it. I lose 5,000. But at that point, I'm gonna go in again for another 50K, and I'll buy 10 Bitcoin, or you know, between 5 and 10 Bitcoins if it goes to 10K. I'm ready to buy 5 or 10 Bitcoin. I'm ready for it. I know I'm going to do it. Goes to 10K, I'm buying 5 Bitcoin immediately, without a doubt. So, and then when we rip back up to 20K, you're gonna make 50 grand right there. And then you'll be back to break even on the 20,000 that you're only down 10,000 on. So to me, as long as you have capital on the sidelines to buy 10K, and again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I'll say me. Because I have capital on the sidelines to buy 5 Bitcoin at 10K, which I know I'm going to do, I must act like the bottom has been in right now and take advantage. Because if I don't, and we rip all the way back to 100K from these lows, I'm going to miss out on the greatest opportunities of my life. And I refuse to miss out on the greatest opportunity of my life. Now, granted, I won't get as many Bitcoin if we go down lower. Another thing, big business and big banking systems have never really helped out the little guy. And they've also kind of got some control over Bitcoin. They've correlated it to the S&P. There's a lot going on, right? So with that being said, do you really think they're going to give you a $10,000 Bitcoin? I don't know. To me, it seems a little far-fetched that the little guy is going to be able to get into Bitcoin at 10K. It almost sounds like a fairy tale. So with that being said, we must take into account that there may never be a 10K Bitcoin. That has to be a possibility in your mind. That it's never going to 15K, it's never going to 16K, it's never going lower. That has to be a possibility in your mind. Now, you also have to be open-minded that we are going there. So I have cash on the sidelines for when we go there, but yet I'm buying a good amount in case we hit the bottom. That is Bitcoin strategy. And you would look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's simple. Anyone can say that. You don't know what's going up or down. You're going to do both things. At the same time, you know how much BALZs it takes to start putting in $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 into Bitcoin right now? You really need to know your stuff, because you need to be 100% with what you're doing. You need to be all one for what you're doing, 100% whole, and you need to be kind of in it and for it. And that takes time to know yourself and to really know who you are and what you want to invest in and what you believe in. And I found that for myself. I found my grace. When you find your grace, you'll be able to do it too. So it's not that easy to go into to put $2,500 into Bitcoin when it's at, 19,000, 17,000, 18,000, right? However, if you've done it before, it gets easier. Anything you've done in life that's difficult gets easier with time, does it not? And so this isn't the first time I bought the bottom. All right, this isn't the first time that I've gotten into these lower prices. This isn't the first time that I used the crypto fear and greed index to my advantage. What is that? You might be new. You might have never seen it before. Let me take you down the rabbit hole. Go to alternative.me. Alternative.me, okay? And you're going to go to what's called the crypto fear and greed index. And that's really going to get you what you need, all right? Now, that's already back to 19, which is strange. It was down at 9, 10, 7. Bitcoin was at 17,000. Those were the prices. Usually, once it leaves that zone, it doesn't really revisit it too fast. Usually, it comes back up into here, at least into the neutral zone. So I could see us getting back to 23, 24, 25. We could even tank back down to 10K. I'm not saying we can't, you know, that's what I want you to understand too. We might break up and make a huge move and still end up down here with this measured move. All right. My measured move of this flag, as you can see, is right here at 14,000. So this is a symmetrical triangle, but to me, it's more leaning bear flag S because the top is a little more slanted than the bottom, but you could give it a symmetrical triangle, which is the length of the base of the triangle, right? Which would give you your measured move. The measured move. Walk the plank. Walk the plank 7 feet. I measure 7 feet, you walk 7 feet. So 24,200 is the measured move up. 16,000 or 14,000. Yes, you're looking at 24K or 14K. How funny is that? And we're going to find out when we break, you know, support and resistance levels. Let's take a look right now. The 1 hour wants to push up. That's going to be a good trading day for most people. If the 1 hour does bang out, and you can see the 1 hour's in a semi-cup and heady to the upside. Look at the size of that cup and handle. I've never seen a cup and handle that big in my entire life. No, I'm just joking. But, I mean, that's a cup and handle for sure. That's a cup. Even though it's, you know, that's a cup, that's a handle. We did this the other day. We nailed it. We absolutely nailed it. Does it mean we're going to nail it again? I don't know. There's no guarantees. All right. Also, I drew this out and, you know, no one really mentioned, I didn't see any other, I don't watch other YouTubers, so you guys have to tell me, but did you see any other YouTuber call this a diamond? And we had this diamond, man, and the diamond did break in and break out. Just as suggested, the diamond pattern to the upside, you know? So pretty cool that the diamond would break to the upside as suggested, kind of as thought out. It wasn't a real, an amazing diamond, but to me, I saw the instances of a diamond. Anyway, you had this whipsaw in the middle. Whenever you get that whipsaw, it's diamond-esque, you know? So we're looking at this cup and handle to break to the upside semi-cup and handy. Every single day I draw a cup and handle on the channel. I'm sure there's a day I haven't. I remember one day I was like, dude, I didn't draw one cup and handle today. It happens. And horrible downtrends, it won't be, you know, when massive dumpage, you usually don't get a cup and handle. Cup and handles come out when things start to find a base, when things start to try to find their way. One scary thing is this an inverted cup and handle? I'm open-minded. You got to Bruce Lee it. Is this a possible inverted cup and handle on Bitcoin here? You see? And do we start making this? And if you flip that upside down, I mean, that's a cup and handle that would break to the upside, which would get you to your basically, that would begin the dump to the measured move. I'm upside down right now. Please. I'm not Batman. You get it? What's Eden Gilbert great? You know, remember he was always hanging upside down? But anyway, so look, there's your inverted cup and handle that would take you to about 16,500. Not saying that's a guarantee, but I just want to put it on your radar so you can see it for what it is. All right, let's zoom back in. Open-mindedness is the key to becoming a good trader. Being able to see things that you may not have seen before and being open-minded to the idea that it may not be exactly how you saw it. That there may be a slight variation in what you thought. Because if you're 100%, it has to be this, you may be wrong. And if you're wrong, you could get pounded. And do you want to get pounded? No. You want to be able to jump off with a small stop loss when you're wrong, you know? So look at what's happening here on the 15-minute. 15-minute is also in this falling wedge. See? Tightness. And we can almost say that it's breaking out of the wedge. Look at this. It's a nice breakout. However, it is getting overbought, and it's hitting resistance. You see this? So I'd like it to pump up to this resistance. This would be nice. Make a bit of a head here and make a projected inverted. All right. People come to this channel because we kind of try to project before it happens. We don't just try to show you what to do. We try to project before it happens an idea that this might make a cup and handle. Look, this would blow your mind, but we want to come up and then we want to make the handle. That would be a cup with a handle, and then boom. And you can see how the cup and handle lives inside the inverted head and shoulder. There's your cup, there's your handle. When the cup breaks out, that makes the other side of the right shoulder. So look, when the cup comes up, it makes a rising wedge. The rising wedge breaks to the downside. That becomes the falling wedge out of the right side of the cup. The falling wedge breaks up. That becomes the right shoulder. The falling wedge dump and the rising wedge pump out. You know, the rising wedge dump and the falling wedge pump becomes the right shoulder. Are you understanding how patterns basically swallow each other and have them inside of each other, and there's what's called confluence, multiple patterns inside of each other at all times? It's a spinning maze of patterns, and it's fascinating. And if you're fascinated, I'm fascinated. Hit the like button. 488 people on the live. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for jumping on in. 492 people. People are coming back after that vacation. They took one day, but they're like, man, we got to get back with the lifer. We got to get back making the gains. We got to get paid. There's money out here every single day to be had. There's money out here every single day. We talked about CELT. We've been putting CELT on your radar. When it first came out, we talked about CELT being one of the first coins out. And CELT actually looking beautiful. Look at this falling wedge that break out. Then we had this little wedge that broke out, and then that broke out. I put out this little flag. CELT could continue. Boy, did it ever continue to the upside. CELT completely banging on them to the upside. 56% gains for CELT. Unbelievable. Now let's delete our old work. Let's take a look at what's happening here for CELT. Bit of a slight handle here. Bit of a cup and handle. And I'm not... You'll see the cup and handle over and over again when you begin to dig out of holes. But look, there's a cup. That's a handle. Savvy cup and handy to the upside, right? But that is a cup and handle. Am I wrong? You tell me if I'm wrong. I'm open-minded to believe it's wrong. It may not be. But look at this. I mean, you're low on the stochastics. MACD trying to make a bit of a turn here. 1 hour getting low as well. 4 hour has momentum. This looks like it could get graciously pumped to the upside today on low volume. Coming after the holiday. CELT to the upside. I'd put it on my radar for sure. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed to pump. Nothing is guaranteed. But look, you're at resistance. I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of went down a little lower and bounced here too. So I bought this though. I'd keep it on my radar for sure. CELT, nice of the 1 hour, nice of the 15. CELT looking pretty crispy to me. It did already pump, but it doesn't mean it can't get one more scalp to the upside on that 15. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. You're going to have to figure out how you feel about it on your own and go from there, right? What I can do is lead you to water, but then you have to drink the water. I cannot force you to drink, and I won't tell you what to do and what to drink. Everybody, open up a KuCoin account. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's where the money is. If you're not on KuCoin, you are slipping and tripping. I'm telling you right now, and I like to say it like that, but it's true. If you're not on KuCoin, you are slipping and tripping. I'm telling you right now. You got to jump onto KuCoin as soon as you can. It's the world premier exchange where the money is, baby. Where the money is, man. Jump on in to KuCoin as soon as you can, all right? I'm telling you right now, and I'll put the link into the comment section too as well. I do get a nice commission if you join, all right? If say you make huge gains, right? And you do well and you trade a really fat fee, I get a slight commission of that fee, man, because hey, you're using KuCoin, you found out KuCoin through the kid, and I love KuCoin. I've been with KuCoin for 4 years. It's not a shield Bybit link where you can get liquidated. You can trade futures there, but I personally don't trade KuCoin futures. I don't. And you know, the exchanges don't, you know, they want me to push everything. And I don't. I push what I like, which is spot trading and 3S and 3L tokens. That's what I do, okay? I've only been liquidated like 4 or 5 times in my life, and it wasn't fun. I don't want to do it again. And it was only for a few $100. I was just kind of testing things out. And honestly, I did really good. I turned $100 into $700 trading leverage. It took me 36 hours. I was up all night. I got obsessed with being right and watching it and being in and out. And I knew it was like, I was on the 1 minute chart. It was insane. It took up so much of my life. It was so emotionally deteriorating. Honestly, if that's how you have to make money trading, I don't want to do it. I personally don't want to do it. To me, it's not worth it. It's not worth the pain and anguish. It's just not. I don't want to be up and down like that. I don't want to go through that. I like spot trading, doing my thing. I turned 5,000 into 100 grand with Phantom, right? I turned 3,600 into over 150 grand with Cardano. I turned 1,800 into over 100 grand with Cake. I did all of this without leverage. I just did heavy research, found out what coins I liked, got them before everyone else knew about them, and watched them pump to gosh knows where. So everybody, funny, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the volume. The volume's super loud, so I don't know. I'll turn it up. I'll turn it up even louder. You're funny. I'm afraid you'll never get to 30K. You're such a weirdo, dude. Whatever. I'm not even going to... I'm just... Bye, Felicia. Dude, we're going to be at 30K today. You're removed, man. I know you're probably giving me constructive criticism, but, dude, your volume must be low. I don't know. Anyway, volume is fine. You sound $1 million to me, Lifer. Bison9. Look at that. You can spot trading when you have money, but leverage is good for... No, it's not. That's what you don't get. That's what you don't understand, Crypto Jesus. See, that's what they suck you in, what you just said. Leverage trading is good for people with no money. No, dude. You learn how to... Dude, what people don't realize is if you take $2,000 and you make 3% a day, if you take $100 and you make 3% a day, you can have $172,000 by day number 262. Dude, you need to be consistent. It doesn't matter how long it takes. If in a year you can turn $100 into over 180 grand, you do not need to leverage trade, man. I'm telling you right now, that's what they want you to think. They want beginners to think, oh, because you only have $500, you can't trade. No, turn your $500 into 600 in 1 month. Turn your 600 into 700 in 2 months. Dude, learn how to trade. Once you learn how to turn 600 into 700, you'll never have to work again. You'll never have to leverage trade because you'll know how to compound your money. Leverage trading is for the birds, man. I don't push Bybit. I don't push Femex. I don't push any of that whack nonsense on you. I don't do it. I won't do it. Enough is enough. I'm telling you right now. Look, I'm going to drop a bomb right now. If leverage trading was profitable, they wouldn't offer it because they would lose so much money because all you $2,000 people would turn your 2 grand into 10 grand and you would ride off into the sunset. But who's riding off into the sunset? Show me the Lamborghinis on Bybit. The only people making money on Bybit are MM Crypto, Carl the Moon, and the people getting paid by Bybit. Come on, dude. Start realizing that it's a freaking scam, man. If you don't believe me, go watch Ryan Mata's video. Ryan Mata did a great video. I don't like to push too many channels because I like to keep people focused. But, dude, Ryan, shout out to Ryan Mata, man. I think me and him are going to collaborate one day because we're the only people that are on the same page. But, dude, he did an amazing video about Carl the Moon Exposed. He did Crypto Banter Exposed, too. He's going after everybody. Dude, he's going after anyone and anyone that's playing games. And I'm not saying everything he says is 100%, right? But I like his approach, dude. We need to clean up the space. And by cleaning up the space, we need to point out people who are basically going after people and doing things viciously to their subscribers. I'm telling you right now, Ryan's been doing a really good job of exposing things in the market. I would really go watch some of his videos. Dude's doing a good job, man. I'm telling you. USDC cup and handle on the 22-hour time frame. Sam, you're the man. I really enjoy watching your setup videos when you travel. Thank you so much for your dedication. It's peak time for my Airbnb. I'm here in the shadows. Loving y'all. Shout out to Wen Dizzle. We love you with the 2222. I'll go stay in your Airbnb. Let me know where it's at. Come hang out. 2222. Thank you so much, Wen Dizzle. Let's take a look at USTC on the cup and handle. All right. And sorry, I may be too loud now. I hope I'm good enough. But, I mean, I did boost that signal up there. And we're not peaking. It says we're not peaking. Are we peaking? You know? It says we're not peaking, so. Ryan is a real one. I love Ryan. He's genuine. Ryan Mata also. He shills betting apps, though. See that? So he does the same thing. See, look at that. Lake off the Ozarks. Oh, that sounds beautiful. In the Ozarks. Dude, I always wanted to go to the Ozarks. Safest place to go in the world because it has high elevation away from an earthquake, any issues. No, the Ozark, I researched, safest place to go in the world. If you don't know the Ozark, it's between like 3 states. And it's a beautiful ecosystem with like high lakes and elevated. They get the most rain. It's one of the greatest places to grow food a year. I'm telling you right now, the Ozarks is. There's a reason why some of the richest person in the world, he built a giant fortress in the Ozarks. You could research it. Like one of the biggest, it's like got like Kevlar walls, like 10 feet thick and stuff. Sound is perfect. Shout out to David Kettle. Thank you so much. It sounds golden. Thank you. Ozark is a great show. I try to get through it. I can't get through too much violence. I watched the first season years ago, and I could never get through it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the love. I greatly appreciate it. So I'm watching CELT closely for a move to the upside. Let's take a look at the world markets. We're back, open back into the world markets. Let's see what the Dow's doing. Let's see what the S&P is doing. Let's get back into what we do. Been a long weekend here. Okay. First thing we should look at is the S&P, in my humble opinion. Let's take a look at the ES1 E-mini futures, and let's see what happened with the S&P mini futures. Okay. Look, they did exactly what Bitcoin did. They double topped here on the 15-minute. They made an M, and they dumped to the downside. Bitcoin and the S&P. The second the S&P opened, so Bitcoin, look, Bitcoin went to 20K when it was on its own. When it wasn't correlated, when it had a day to be alive, it did its own thing. But of course, when the S&P stepped in, Bitcoin got trounced, you know. But look at this. I like what we're seeing here because, look, this is now a flag. We're respecting a flag now, and this is going to be how we kind of get our way out of this mess. Let's take a look at the S&P on the 4-hour time frame. And I showed you it's in this wedge, likely to break to the upside. I was hoping there was some bullish divergence. Right there, not really. Right there, there was slight. We go to the 1 hour. You're looking for bullish divvy on the S&P. And we had it here. Look. We had it right here, and this represented a bottom. Swing down. We did call this bully. I don't know if you remember, we called this as a cup and handle. Then we showed you the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder that should break to the upside, and it was a cup and handle. I don't know if you remember that, but we nailed it. We were able to call the reversal on the S&P off of this divergence here, if you remember. And it was a strange divergence, right? Because it had this big hill that came up and made like an A, had this A shape inside the divergence. I always remember that because it was a weird divergence. However, it was still a divergence. And that was our bottom. We would break up, get rejected by the previous resistance. Now we have to bounce off support, which we are doing. This support must hold right here at 37.40. Really, it has to hold. If it doesn't, we end up making a lower low, right? And coming down here to the bottom of the channel. So I'd like to see this breakout, come back up, get tight in this channel, and then make a break to the upside. Let's take a look at the 1 hour time, the 4 hour time frame. And the 4 hours heading down, which is actually not too shabby. So this is what we want. We want to see the 1 hour do some dance right now to the upside. So healthy market structure where the S&P comes back up here. A breakout would be great, but it doesn't have to. It can just come to the top of the channel and then start to get sideways. At that point, hopefully the 4 hour can get all the way down here and oversold. Okay. It'll come up, come back down, and then we'll be tight. And then when the 4 hour will break out to the upside for the S&P, I can see a breakout, positive breakout on the 4 hour for the S&P by Wednesday. One thing I have to caution you that you must watch and just make sure it's on your radar is this shoulder, this head, and this shoulder. Definitely watch out for that. That's something you want to keep on your radar to pay attention to. All right. We could get a dump. The measured move out of that would break you to the downside. How could that occur? It could start on the 15. Where's the 15 now? It's pushing up. So right now you want to see the 15-minute basically break through this falling wedge here. Same thing as Bitcoin. It is pushing up, but right now, so look, you got to get above this resistance here on the 15. Now you could go sideways, but if the 15-minute comes up here and it doesn't make its break past that resistance, you could be spelling a possible, and then you might even make an M here. This is kind of a slanted M. Then you're coming back up here the same. We talked about the short at 2:45 in the morning. You're going to get overbought on the stochastics RSI. You're going to start turning, and you're not going to break the previous high. You must break this high to the upside, all right, to remain bullish. So I just broke down the bigger time frames, the smaller time frames, and really the 4 hours is going to take care of you for the next 16 hours. The 1 hour is going to take care of you for the next 6 to 8 hours, and the 15 minutes is going to take care of you for the next 2 to 3 hours. I gave you and this is directly correlated to Bitcoin. So I basically gave you the Bitcoin, projection, just like a meteorologist tells you when the thunderstorm's coming in, what's happening. This is kind of the picture. I gave you the shapes to watch out for, the percentage of the shapes, the measured move of those shapes, the ideas, the levels to watch, and all the different things that you need to kind of stand clear for the S&P. Sending each and every one of you so much light today. Shout out to Dustin Cava. Dustin, I'm sending you so much love, man. I love you with all my heart. You're one of the greatest people ever. I still remember the day we met, dude. You broke my heart, dude. And you got to the depth of my soul the day we met. I looked right into your eyes. You looked right into mine, and I knew I was looking at a brother. I saw you for 1 minute, and I knew I was looking at a brother. For 1 minute. No, look, 10 seconds, dude. I stared at your eyes. I saw us in this live. And no homo. This sounds like a Cinderella moment. But I love you, bro. You're an amazing person. And I know one day we're going to work together in a business capacity. Because you got the special sauce that I like. I got the special sauce that you like. And I don't see why we won't eventually link up and do some high frequency business. So I love you, Dustin. I appreciate everything you do for my channel. And I thank you so much for coming here every single day on my live, man. You're awesome, dude. You're awesome. Daily bull dividend on the ES1 daily chart. So you're calling daily bullish div on ES1. Let's take a look at the daily divergence, bullish divergence on ES1, says my man. And yeah, you're right. That is daily bullish div here. This swing down, a swing down, and this was a flatter swing down. That was bullish divergence for sure. Because here's your swing to there. That's your swing. and then this swings up, and that measured your bottom. Technically, you know, the divergence calls your bottom, and you're ready to move, make a higher high. So look, low. So you have a low, high, lower low, high, higher low. You must put in a higher high. So this is trend analysis. Low, high, lower high. Who wants to go over trend analysis sometime during this live? Let me know if during the live you would like to go over trend analysis. I want to see you guys go over trend analysis. I think we can do it. Shout out to 468 people on the live, 278 people on the live, everyone. And look at the chat revenue, 222 every single time. Thank you, Wendizzle. But everyone, if you could get those likes up to the watchers, what it does is it sparks that algorithm. And the lifers are just hardcore like people, man. I get so many people hitting that like button, doing the right thing. Shout out to each and every one of you. And you help other people. I could die tomorrow, everyone. You know what I'm saying? And this stream won't be here tomorrow. And then a beginner won't be able to learn. So today is a chance for you to help a beginner learn today. Right now, someone can come into the algorithm. Right now, someone can do something. The present moment is all we have in this life. You don't have yesterday. You don't have tomorrow. You have the present moment. That's all you have. Okay? And so I just need to explain to you that, like, we need to live in the present moment. We need to take it by storm. We need to grab it for everything it is. And we need to maximize our potential at any given moment by being in the present. When you're not in the present, you can't fully maximize your life because you're too much in the past. You're too much in the future. You need to remain in the present. It's okay to recollect. You sit on a book. That's why you have places where you think. And you think about your past for a second and you gain what you can. And it's good to project. That's why you have team meetings and you project where you're going to go in the future and you set goals. But once you've spent the time analyzing both of those aspects, you then live in the future. You then live in the present moment. Because that's where you're going to really achieve the goals that you're going for, by living in the present moment. Okay? So there's ES1, and we're just showing that daily divergence there as well. Okay? The dollar index. What's happening? So we talked about the dollar making a possible double top here, but then it made a flag and it stayed above the zone. And then it actually looked bullish on the daily. And I said, oh no, this looks like it's going to break to the upside. And you can see my line. Lo and behold, 4 days later, this thing is doing basically what we said. Now, there was strong bearish divvy here, though, and I've been pointing this out. So, fine. What I want to do is I want to see this spurt one more time to the upside and break that high. Fine, do it. What that's going to do, look, it's going to make a rising wedge, like so. That's going to want to break to the downside. See this? It's going to make a rising wedge, 68%, and it's going to make extreme bearish divergence. So fine. Let the dollar pump one more time. Let Bitcoin pump down to 18.5. I don't think the dollar has enough to get Bitcoin to 17.5. The charts are conveying to me, I mean, we are breaking that resistance, though, from a long time ago. I mean, we did just break the resistance, which is sad. However, didn't Bitcoin break its resistance and then it just dump? So just because you break through the resistance, sometimes that's how they trick you. They want traders to think the dollar is going to pump out so they can make you think that Bitcoin's going to go lower. I'm just saying, don't think they don't think this through. How to play with an asset to play with your mind. They'll even play with the opposite asset, right? The uncorrelated, or the disincorrelated. I don't know how to, but you know what I'm saying? Like when one goes up, it goes down. The inverse correlated asset. You know what I'm saying? The inverse correlated asset. Everybody, I'm going to ask for the likes one more time, and then I just know you guys are going to do it. I'm not going to ask for it anymore. I know you guys are going to do 175 people that just want to get the knowledge, want to get the sense. They want to learn. They want to get motivated. They like the radio voice. They might even find me attractive. Who knows? Point of the story is I find other people attractive, so I know everyone finds someone attractive at some point. Forget about me. My whole point is this. I'm trying to make you laugh. I hope I did. Whole point of the story is hit that like button, man. It's not that hard, and it helps out so many people besides yourself. Do something for somebody else. Hit the like button. So look, this suggests that we are coming up to the top of this channel, though. I'd like to see us not get any higher. If this does break out, I mean, you're asking for a parabolic breakout of a rising wedge, which is parabolic. And you can kind of see the dollar is in a parabola. Look at this. What is a parabola? You learned it in calculus and pre-calculus, remember? The parabola. But look, that's a parabola, all right? And learning all these shapes and tools and ideas is fun, isn't it? So what we want is we need Bitcoin, we need the dollar index to break the parabola, all right? And you can see the parabola was right there at the base of that falling wedge where we would touch right there. I don't think I've ever done parabolas. I've drawn this a few times, but we don't like talk about it enough. So look, and you can see, you'll try to hit the base of the parabola here. See this? Bing, 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 bing. Now, once you break the parabola, it's over. And so we want to see the parabola get broken is what we're looking for. Here, ping. And we want to see it eventually break to the downside. We want to see this rising wedge break down. This is what has to happen for Bitcoin. We need to see this bearish divergence confirmed. We need to see the daily not make a big move to the upside. All right. You take a look at the 3-day and the 5-day. They're also getting low again, which is not a good sign for Bitcoin. So, yikes. Look at that, the 3-day. But we could get across. Now, I keep pointing out the weekly and the 2-week. But even the weekly, look, the weekly came up. We need a weekly dump now. But even then, like when the weekly gets this low, man, it just, we were this high. We needed a massive dump for Bitcoin, for the dollar up here. When the weekly got overbought, this is when we needed a massive dump for Bitcoin, for the dollar. And we needed to come down. And we didn't. We bounced off this support region pretty nicely with that wick. So, I don't know. That doesn't look too good for Bitcoin, I'll tell you that. Now, you want this 4-hour to get overbought. So bigger time frames don't spell a good picture. But, you know, I've seen the 4 hours start missing and not hitting. But, like, look at that huge pump for the dollar now. So the dollar just pumped insanely. 106.75 now. I mean, that was a huge move for the dollar just now in the last 2 hours. The dollar pumped insane. And that's why Bitcoin's dumping right now. They're pumping the dollar again. They're manipulating. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. Look, overbought. Bitcoin's about to pump back to the upside, get a bit of a reverse rally because you can't go much higher here. That's very overbought on the dollar index. So they did it. Isn't that funny? July 4th, and then in the middle of the night, they begin to pump the dollar at 2 a.m., and they crush Bitcoin. This is so funny, man. So what you're going to want to do is make a flag here. If this stays in the flag, then Bitcoin's going to be making a bear flag. And if this continues to pump, Bitcoin's going to dump out of the bear flag. Okay? Let me show you exactly what I'm saying because you may not understand. You're going to have to keep both assets in 2 windows. All right? Also, do you remember us talking about the dollar index? We'll go over that in a second as well. But look. You could beat Bitcoin on Coinbase. All right? And you go to the 1 hour chart here. So look, you're going to watch this today. You're going to have both these charts up at the same time. And you're going to project 2 flags. A bear flag, okay? And even this is even look a shoulder, a bit of a head, and kind of making a right shoulder. That's sketchy too on the 1 hour. Look at this. Be careful. We need to know when to short and when to long. That's why we stay open-minded. If I was constantly a bear boy, we wouldn't be able to. We shorted Luna days before it had the massive dump. We had it in a cup and handle, and we said, why is this doing this? You know, it's looking weird. I said, is the shorts trying to tell us something? There's a chance that this does dump on you. All right, so something to think about there. Keep that on your radar. So you're going to watch this flag on the dollar index. You're going to watch this flag on Bitcoin. And what you're hoping for is a dump down and a head and shoulder for the dollar and a dump up here and a V-shaped recovery. However, you're not seeing the volume in the movement. And look at the buy volume there that really didn't give you much. A lot of buys came in, and it was even bigger than the sell volume, but it didn't give any movement in price action. Pretty strange for the amount of volume we got no price movement. It's usually the opposite reason. The price moves pretty big, but you get lack of volume. I mean, those were 2 big, pretty volume buys in off the bounce there. We got to a low of 19,288. So right now you're watching this idea. And again, we already showed you the smaller plan, right? Which is this, if we zoom in for you, it was this idea that this needs to bounce back to the upside, this 15-minute. We're watching this falling wedge here on the 15. Bear with me, stay with me. We go over a lot here. And remember, on the 15, we're projecting the idea that this head and shoulder can save us. Can that make like a little right shoulder? Ugly as heck, though. And I wish the cup went higher. It's a tiny cup and handle here, too. See, there's your cup, there's your handle, you know. 15 minutes just beginning to dump on you, though. Not a good sign at all. That's strange, actually. Is that right? Yeah, 15 minutes dumping. I mean, it didn't get above the resistance. See that? Right there. You had your high. That was your previous high. These are your two highs right here. You got this high, and you rolled over in the stochastics. Looks like we're about to dump right now, honestly. Let's go to the dollar index on the 15. Zoom in here. Yeah, and you can see this thing is flagging out like parabolic. They're doing something crazy here. You actually need a smaller time frame. I need like the 1 minute or the 5 minute. You go to smaller time frames to understand what's happening, everybody. So right now, when you look at this, look, you even see a shoulder, head, and a shoulder here. It looks exactly like the bigger idea we had. This is a cup and handle on the 15. See the cup? There's your handle. But that just means you'll get to the top of the channel. Like that cup handle breakout is just right there. It's not a big deal. If you're scalping on smaller time frames, then so be it. You know? It's crazy. You almost can't take a day off when trading. Like, I took like 8 hours off and I regret it. Isn't that crazy? That's what people don't get. I'm like, it's a never-ending journey, man. But that's why there's not a lot of competition. If you're a real leader of a trading group and you really do it the way I do it, I think there's like 100 people in the United States that could do it the way we do it. Or less, man. Very, very small amount of people. Like, you have a very small competitive group to be in. Like, no one's going to want to sacrifice every day of their life. No one's going to want to have to do an update every morning, in the middle of the day, and at night. No one's going to want to have to bring equipment everywhere they go. You have to commit 100% to this life if you're going to do it. You can't half commit. It has to be all. Like, you have to go all the way. All the way. So this is a bear flag likely to break to the downside right now. The 50 minutes pointing to the downside. It looks like we'll lose 19K here. So looking at this, your measured move is the length of this pole. I even kind of consider this an M, just a half M, you know. On the left side is just a half of the M. So I am looking for the move to the downside here, 18,896. You're praying that this 5 in the 5 and the 7 minute will save us and help us go sideways. But to me, that's all they're going to do is help us go sideways. The momentum is pushing down on you on that 15. All right. So it's likely you go to the downside on this 15 right now. We'll take a look at the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour is ready to go, so it will be a quick scalp on the 15 minute. All right. So what you're hoping for is that you don't go any lower. You stay in this. And the 1 hour somehow V-shapes recoveries, and you break out of this falling wedge to the upside. But as I showed you, the 15 minute is, look, there it is. There's the dump. Like, we call dumps as much as we call pumps here on this channel. And you can see why. Because we know if the dollar index is pumping, if this up, you know, it's all correlated, right? So I do see a measured move here down to 18,900, even 18,884 possible for Bitcoin. And look, you could say this is the top of the channel it hit. It's going to come down here to the bottom of this channel too. So usually, you know, right here, which coincides with kind of that measured move right there. But you're heading down right now for the most part. However, the 1 hour is in a good spot. The 4 hour still has momentum to the downside too, though. Interesting. So what I want to do is I want to look at some shorts right now and see if there's any movement in the market. All right. I'm going to look at the Dow Jones for a quick second. Wow, the Dow now down 700 points, taking a beat down. And so there you have it again. I mean, inflation hurting the markets. The Fed has no idea what they're doing. I've told you guys this before. The Fed will never stop inflation. Mark my words. I will run on my presidency on this. No, right now I'm running for president. I really am. Because when you run for president, it starts way before, and everyone's looking at me like, whoa, this guy's so full of himself. I truly believe that I could help this country, man. I really do. And, you know, I'm a third-generation American. I was born in Boston. 1F by land, 2F by sea. I love this country more than anyone you've ever met in your life. Like, I'm blonde-haired, blue eyes, apple pie, baby. And I want the best for every human being on earth. And I believe America provided that when it was doing the best what it could. And something's going on. Something's going on in my beautiful place and where I love to live. It's not the place I grew up at. It's not. Things aren't the same. Americans used to be far more together, far more conjoined. We weren't so divided, you know, and that's why I live in love every day, and I talk about love, and I move with love. But I'll tell you right now, I'm going to run for office right now because I'm going to tell you that the Federal Reserve has been lying to you, and they never did it the way they should have been doing it. We need to reset the system. We need to get back to a gold standard with some type of other, and I'm not saying you can't use some type of store of value currency because we use the Continental dollar, we use Continental script. Continental script worked great. You know, look up Continental script. A lot of people don't know what it is. It's super important you know this stuff because this is the science behind why people buy Bitcoin. Continental scripts. You probably, look, you can't even, Continental script. First form of money. They don't want you to find this stuff. Like, so early American currency went through several stages of development. Revolutionary history. John Hull was authorized as Massachusetts legislator. Dude, we had all different types of currency. Colonial script, sorry. It was called colonial script. I'm getting the name wrong. Colonial script. And it worked for a long time, dude. And it was actually a really good form of money. It was called colonial script. And people don't realize that we had our own form of money for a long time. Then they made us get off of it. It just, whatever. Bitcoin is the new colonial script, baby. So look at the Dow. One of the worst days in its history, down 700 points. I mean, it got demolished. And what happened? I mean, it was in this cup and handle. Let's get out of here and do one big screen here for the Dow. Here's I was about to say it. So we had the Dow in this cup and handle. We suggested it would bounce off the divergence to the upside. It did. We were in this falling wedge, suggested that we could break out. It did. But now it's trying to come back in the wedge again. Funny, right? So look, it did a fake out breakout. They did an altcoin move here. They broke you out of the wedge. This is the channel. They broke the channel, broke it back in, hit it, broke you out of the wedge, and now they're back in the channel again. However, there's a bounce. This could be a bottom, and this could be a bottom. Bit of a double bottom, almost a triple bottom. 1, 2, 3. Can this falling wedge break to the upside is the question. Let's take a look. And this is really just 2 days of dumpage because, you know, the stock market was closed on Monday, so they had to just double us down instead of, you know. Still got momentum on the 1 hour. It's all about this 15-minute. And this is the same going on for Bitcoin, the S&P. You can see they're all correlated. It's all about that 15-minute for the Dow. Can the 15-minute pop back up on the Dow? 15-minute can save you here and push out of the smaller wedge, you know, and at least get above resistance at 30,727. So if you're looking for what's going to happen to your stocks or what you're doing in the stock market, you're watching for the Dow Jones to push and get above this resistance right here. If it does not, I'd be looking for shorts or looking for the VIX and looking for another entry to the downside here. So something to be correlatedly thinking about. Let's take a look at the daily for the Dow. The daily is also getting overbought and turning on you. That's not a good sign. Bitcoin is actually oversold, so could they be could they be slowly decoupling? Wow. As you can see, look, low, high, low, lower, lower high. You're looking for a lower low. So you're either going to put in a double bottom or you're putting in a lower low. It's pretty simple. So if you put in a lower low, you're going to be looking for a lower high, and then you're in a new downtrend to the downside. So you're looking for Bitcoin to stay above this bottom period here. If it can do that, it can get its back, you know, above 29,745. That's a necessary level for the Dow to hold. If you start seeing the Dow break that or bearishly retest this zone, I'd definitely be looking to short the markets. All right. Yikes. Let's take a look at total, the entire market cap of all of cryptocurrency. We got lucky enough to get to $900 billion, but it was not sustainable. Let's take a look at what happened here. So we had this big boom up, and, you know, I made this channel. See? Let's see. I actually have to look at it like, let me double click here. There you go. So what I'm hoping is, do we come up and make another right shoulder? This is just an idea, something like that, right? That's a huge projection, though. So look, this is it. Down, up, down. Can we break back to the upside into this zone, right? Can this channel fulfill itself? All right, so this is the bigger channel. We're going to zoom into this in a second and show you what we're looking at. But just understand this is the bigger channel. Understand the daily is getting low. Understand the 3-day is extremely oversold. Understand the 5-day is extremely oversold. Understand the weekly is extremely oversold. Understand the 2-week is extremely oversold. Understand the monthly is oversold. This is when I at least begin to build a bag. You ever hear of build a bear? This is when I at least build a bag. You know, you don't start building a bag when the weekly's up high. You start building a bag when the weekly's down here. When I mean build a bag, like you find a coin you really like, or I find a coin I really like. Say I really like EGLD. I put 50 bucks in it today. Then the next few days I put 200. Then as I watch the market tanks horribly, I put 500. The worst days and the more fear, I put a little more. Next thing you know, I have a $3,000 position of EGLD between the lowest prices it's ever been at. I hold it for 4 years and I sell it for 100x or 50x. I mean, That's how you do it, all right? You watch coins right now. You do heavy research. You dollar cost average in the projects that matter. You make a boatload 5 years from now. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I do and say you should be taken as financial advice. I can't guarantee it. There could be black swans. There could be other things. We never know. But I've been doing this over and over again, and it's been working out for me. So you tell me, you know, you tell me. So again, this is just like Bitcoin in the total market cap. You see the tighter channel being made inside the bigger channel. You're getting rejected by the 1 hour time frame at that high. You made the M pattern there. See, you made the same M Bitcoin made. The total, and this is the total market cap of all of crypto. So where are my lines in the sand? Let's delete everything. Let's look at like the 3-day chart and let's start fresh again. And you can see, like, I don't think it hit the all-time high yet. It did not. Well, you could, yeah, wow, it wicked exactly to it. So they brought the wick to the high. Like, it's funny, right? On the 3-day. So that's going to be your big level to watch. Like, you break that, you're headed down to $591 billion. Still so close to $1 trillion. The fact that we're almost holding $1 trillion in assets, it's a pretty strong idea when you're in a bear market. When we started this market, we were at $300 billion, and we were saying we could get to $1 trillion market cap, and we did that. Now the next bear market is holding a higher low, and that's another thing. Let's talk about this. As long as this stays above like 500 billion, the bear, you're still going to be at 50% from the last bear run on the lows, which is an interesting concept to know that that's growth. There's clear growth in the crypto space. It's obvious to anyone paying attention, you know. 3-day desperately wants to bounce here. It's saying that you've bottomed in the total market cap. So, again, not a guarantee, but it's saying you have your double hills on the MACD. You have lack of selling here. And you're basically at that big, look, right here and right, you're at a big point of support and resistance for total. Yeah, daily's trying to flip for you. Like, this double bottom must hold for total. Beautiful double bottom for the daily. And that would have a nice measured move here at about 108, okay? So that's what we need to happen desperately, all right? Look at the 4 hour, not in your favor at all. Like, that's sketch, you know? Like, you're basically at resistance, and your bigger time frame that, like, can give you the weight out. Like, it just, and so you were here low on the 4 hour, and look, I want you to understand these concepts. When you're low on the 4 hour and you can't break the previous high, there's a problem, okay? There's a serious problem. So we showed you the dollar, we showed you total, and so right now, like, you just gotta assume that the 4 hour is gonna roll over, and you're gonna break that resistance. And when you break that resistance, I mean that support at this my green bar here, I mean there's like not much left for you. You see, free fall really to $580 billion. That's a huge loss for the market. You must know how to short. If you don't know how to short, please begin to learn how to short the market right now. I can teach you. I do it all the time on this channel. All of us can help you. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you so much. 358 people on the likes, 546 people. We got a lot of people on the live now coming back in from the holiday week. But the likes just, you know, we got 200 people now that play. See, when we started this channel, we had 180 people on the live. We used to get 250 likes. Almost every single live stream I ever did, I had more likes than watchers on the live. You don't see that on a lot of other channels. So don't embarrass my last live streams. Show up. Show us what we do. Let all the live streams hit the same pinnacles. You know, this live stream has to hit that same pinnacle. Whoever's watching right now, getting the knowledge, getting the education, come on now, hit that like button. We are teaching every single day, constantly. I'm not shilling Bybit. I'm not shilling some link. I'm not telling you how to get 4,000 for free if you can go learn how to leverage trade, all right? I'm not pushing garbage at all on you. I use an affiliate link for 3 commas because I absolutely love 3 commas because it's a great way to set up your trades. It's a great way as a beginner to get in and out of a trade. Without 3 commas, it's almost impossible. You know what I'm saying? In my humble opinion, as a beginner, it really helps. Really, really helps. All right? Yeah, and honestly, I've watched people before that I really liked, and I just forgot to hit the like. I will admit it. I hate to admit this. Life's too short to hate anything. I don't like to admit that. So I've watched someone I really liked, and I forgot to hit the like button before. I remembered at the last minute to do it, but I've forgotten, like, during the watch period. Okay, so I understand it happens. Thank you so much for that super chat. I just saw something coming in there. I heard it. Might have been a subscription too. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but thank you so much for the love. Okay. Shout out to all you beautiful people on the live. I appreciate you all so much. So there's total market cap. All right. Total 3 also following that bearishly too. Because look, I had this 4 hour and I was suggesting the 4 hour would bounce to the upside. It did not. It gave us nothing. That's not good. That's how you use stochastics RSI. They're a constant. They always go up and down the line. When your Stokes goes up and you can't break through the line, and that's like a complex inverted head and shoulder. Shoulder, head, kind of a right shoulder there. You can almost make this a flag, right? I mean, that's the 4 hour dumping on you to the downside. That's $313 billion in the market cap, right? So, one other idea is this, fine. You're in this, and this is the Twisted Sister now. And I haven't done the Twisted Sister in a while. The Twisted Sister is when you make 2 patterns. You delete one when you don't get to go into one, and then you can see how the Twisted Sister is actually a symmetrical triangle that we couldn't see before. Look, there it is. The Twisted Sister is this triangle right here. Look, and I didn't even see that before. I'm not going to act like I saw everything. That's why I do it with you guys live. We do this together. We explore together. We go through the charts together. We have all these cool, the word is right on the tip of my tongue, epiphanies together. We have these epiphanies together, these mind-blowing aha moments. So look, I mean, that's something we're looking at. That's a symmetrical triangle with a 50% break to the upside or to the downside. These are mostly bearish in my humble opinion. This suggests you're dumping to the downside to 312. All right. That would be a nice short for Bitcoin. All right. So now that we've gone over world markets, we've gone over, and look, now we're at tether dominance. We were hoping tether dominance would come up and make a higher, a double top here. See, this is what we would love. Instead, now, it seems like it's making this wedge here, see, like so. Something like this. So check it out. And we're getting tight on the moving averages as well. Interesting. And then I see this here, see? Tether dominance. And tether dominance on the 4 hours about to explode out of the symmetrical triangle. I mean, they're both in symmetrical triangles at 50-50. One's going to break up, one's going to break down. One's low in the Stokes, one's high in the Stokes. If I had traded short every time we were low here, I would have made money. Right here, if I traded short, nice little pump on a swing. Traded short, huge pump on a swing. Traded short, decent pump on a swing. Traded short, are we going to get a pump on a swing? Traded short, pump on a swing. Traded short, little pump on a swing. Doesn't mean you're guaranteed a pump on a swing, but you're moving with the 200-day moving average. You're getting tight into a channel, And again, you could Twisted Sister this into this idea. But once you break so here. If this does this, Bitcoin's going to pump. All right? If this does this, Bitcoin's going to dump. And it's most likely that you're going to see a dump. And now, right now, this is a good sign. But honestly, the 1 hour will probably just help you go sideways until you get ready to make that move in 8 hours from now. So big move coming for Bitcoin as you're getting tight in that range. And Bitcoin's going to be doing the same exact thing the opposite way. All right. And again, we're doing a lot of juxtaposition today, posting the inverse correlated asset against the Bitcoin chart. So you can understand what's going on here. All right. And you can see that it's the same pattern. It's the same pattern. And one of them is going to have to break up or down. Okay. When you look at the 4 hour, this is the pattern you're looking at here. And like, this is likely to dump on you. It's craziness, Wow, what a nice, massive dump for Bitcoin. We are trying to hold this level now. So this is Binance. All-time history index. There we go. So I'm going to leave you with my last thoughts, and I'm going to look for a trade right now. I'm going to look for something that I would use to, you know, what do I believe? Is there money to be made this afternoon is really what I'm explaining. I'm going to look for the money. I'm going to draw my chart, and I'm going to look for the money. Symmetrical triangle, 4 hours pushing down. That's bearish. 4 hours the bigger time frame with the most moment, like with the, you know, with talk when it speaks, you should listen. And that tells you it has a measured move down to 15,000. All right. So if you see 15,000 in the next 2-3 days, do not be surprised, please. Don't act like you weren't privy to that information, because you were. All right. Very likely too, because when the Stokes are this high, it's very likely you get a dump. However, I've seen Hail Marys on the 1 hour. So I've seen so many things you wouldn't believe. I've seen all time frames overbought except the 15, and then Bitcoin pumps on the 15. I've seen all time frames overbought except the 7. Recently, Bitcoin was overbought on all time frames except for the 1 minute, and it threw a Hail Mary on the 1 minute. And I was like, come on now you're throwing Hail Marys on the 1 minute chart. So what do I see is I see just a quick bump to the upside here for Bitcoin off of the bottom of the channel. If and only if this 15-minute can keep itself from dumping horribly to the downside out of this move. So you must stay above this channel here and the 15-minute resets. Otherwise, you're going to the downside right off the bat. So if the 15-minute resets and dumps on you, you don't have to jump on the I don't jump on the short immediately. What I would look for is the bearish retest at the bottom of the trend line when the 15-minute resets. So you want, the 50 minutes going to dump here, come out of the channel, try to get back in, and when the Stokes get high, then you're going to get overbought, right? And what you want is you want the 1 hour to do something similar too. But, or you could go sideways here. We might pump, and then when the 1 hour picks up, we get to the top of the channel. So the 15 minutes going to tell you what's going to happen here. Watch it closely. And if you break the bottom of the channel, and then you got to mark your support and resistance here too that you're looking at. You have some nice support here because you had a lot of resistance. Resistance. So you have a decent amount of support right here. At 19,300, write that down. 19,300. All right. You break that, you're coming to 19,050. All right. And if you break that, you're breaking 19K. And then, you know, there's this one last little kind of holder at 1885, right? 18,709. Now, I guess we could do this and say, okay, there's still room in the pattern too for the 15-minute to come down a little lower. I'm being a little open-minded now, see? So am I trading right now? Technically, it says there's the only trade is a short right now on the 15-minute, right? So the 15-minute time frame suggests that it's going to produce a short, all right? See, most assets should be dropping a little bit. So you go to BTC, 3S, USDT, and you should see a bullish, some type of bullish idea here, all right? On the 15, and you do. I mean, you see this pattern that's, you know, bull pennant-esque, right? So to me, that's the trade, and that's the dump. And understand that's the dump out of the bear flag on Bitcoin, which would be the pump on the inverse correlated asset. Are you getting how to short the market now? Are you picking up? Today is really how to short the market. I'm teaching you how to short the market. I'm teaching you how to find the uncorrelated assets, how to flip your Bitcoin upside down, and then make sure the chart you're looking at looks like Bitcoin upside down. Is this not a cup and handle too, which is pretty nuts? Savvy, cup and handy to the upside. Look at that. Bit of a cup with a handle. Handle doesn't have to be a falling wedge. It can be a, you know, a triangle or a bull pennant to the upside. It doesn't even have more move. If you take that now, you kind of have to take pole. Yeah. That's like where kind of where you have to go. Something like this and something like that. Okay, so 19.8, right? I mean, that's a nice move right now, and that would take Bitcoin down to like, so actually that's the inverse head and shoulder that we talked about on Bitcoin. See, I'm going to show you again on the FTX exchange, nice and clean. I spent a lot of time on Bitcoin, especially in days like this when you're in the middle of a dump and you're trying to figure out what's happening. But look, go to the 15-minute for B. And so if you look at Bitcoin, that's, your inverted head and shoulder. You see? Sorry, I grabbed, pretty sure I hit this. Who would like an in-depth trend analysis, like basically, like who wants to go over a trend analysis like a boot camp right now? Because I'm willing to do that from like 11:30 to 11:45. I could do a 10-minute trend analysis boot camp, but you let me know. I don't want to streamline the live stream. Shout out to the chat, everybody. I'm popping out that chat. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. How to control yourself to wait until it goes up high, though. Shorting Bitcoin, let it ride down. Send in a super chat, bro. Please don't spam the chat. Yeah, a lot of spamming. What about that Sebi Cup and Handy? How many trades can we get in 1 week with the strategy downtrend with overbought conditions? That's a weird question, man. There's no guarantees. I mean, it depends on you. If you trade the 1 or 7 minute, you could trade like 100 trades in a way. That's completely up to you as a trader, man. What time frame you want to use, how many time frames you want to use it, Yo, bro, that 22-hour. Look at Bitcoin on the 22-hour. Yeah, it's about to dump on you too. Doesn't look good at all. At all. And the last time the 22-hour dumped there, look at every time the 22-hour breached this dotted line. Right there, we went sideways. It wasn't a good look. We eventually dumped, and then a massive dump. But we did go sideways all the way from here to there. But here, a massive dump. Here, a dump. And we're getting above the dotted line again on the 22-hour. And honestly, look what I just saw. Like, I just see this too. Trend. Up, up, up. You're coming down, right? I mean, you're down on the pattern has to fill itself. And that's a downtrend there too. And that's an ugly pattern. Look at this. It's a bear flag. And you're headed lower. 14,376. I wouldn't be surprised. I told you I'm keeping money on the sidelines for 7K. I say that all the time. I hope you do the same. I can't be your financial advisor. You do whatever makes you happy. I also told you that I bought enough at these levels because I'm not sure if this is the bottom. That's so hard for beginners to understand. But that's how if you've done it and you've been here 5, 6, 7, 8 years in this game. I've been trading for 15 years. Let me give you a backstory of who I am. First time I ever jumped into a trade, it was a long, long time ago. But I was just playing with my phone, buying and selling stuff. Apple, Tesla, the normal stuff. You know what I'm saying? Tesla wasn't even really out back then, but there was like, and then I started trading gold and silver because I was like, I don't know this. And I traded pharmaceuticals. I traded STL, Green Panther Limited. And then I started trading gold mining stocks. I had a newsletter that got me into gold mining and silver mining. And I started trading gold and silver on the Toronto Stock Exchange about, I'd say 8, 9 years ago. And then I did 4 years of that. I figured out how to trade gold pretty well using the gold in JNUG and JDust ETFs. And I go in and out based on like oversold, overbought ideas, but I didn't really know divergence. I didn't know the stochastics RSI. I just knew the RSI, the MACD, and I didn't really know support and resistance like that. I really didn't. And so, yeah. And look, there the short just bounced. And look, the short's almost in a shoulder, head and a shoulder. And look at the short on the 22-hour. I mean, it's basically they're both in symmetrical triangles. But look, that's oversold, like, more likely to make a move. You got to do whatever makes you happy there. But, yeah, I mean, that short looks beautiful. Shoulder, head, and a shoulder for Bitcoin short. Up 87.47%. If this plays out. So I'm not telling you to guarantee run into a short right now. I'm showing you levels to watch, and I even showed you the bearish retest on smaller time frames. You got to break it down on the 5, on the 15, and the 7 to find that entry, okay? But you have to do work to set up where you want to go, and that's why technical analysts is someone who analyzes a lot. You do a lot of work before you enter your trade. The trade is 1 second. The analysis should take days, you know, before you're ready to commit to a certain idea. Look, lack of bullish momentum, bearish momentum right there. It's looking pretty bullish, this 22-hour chart, honestly, for the short for Bitcoin. 87% gains is nice. I'll tell you that is nice. So that's the world markets. That's everything. Let's get out of there for a second. If you're still confused about Bitcoin, go back to the beginning and see what I said about it. I gave you everything I could, basically, exactly how to handle it, how to nail it, how to go after it. Right now, we're expecting the 15. We were hoping the 7-minute could save the day here and get us to not dump and make a double bottom here, which it is doing. You see? And it's actually a slight cup and handle in the 7-minute. I'll get rid of all this. But you see how that's a slight cup and handle. There's your cup. There's your handle. Can the 7-minute break to the upside and get us out? Sammy cup and handy to the upside. So that's what you're looking for. Could the 7-minute pop you back out there all the way to this channel at 19,681? All right. And can it flip the 15? At the end of the day, you're bearish unless you get above that zone, you know? So hold on. I did so much work. So crazy. But at the end of the day, if you don't like slowly discuss it, you're going to confuse people. So we're looking for this to, you know, the 15-minute is highly likely to dump on you right now. We keep showing you this. You got to watch it. If you don't get above this previous high, when, like, if this does some crazy pump on the 7 and something all happens and you don't get above here, you end up just faking out, coming back in, and then this starts to curl. This will be an M, and that's likely to go down. Once that happens, you're hoping for a bounce on the 1 hour back to the upside. But again, if the 1 hour bounces and you don't get above this high after that dump, 19,300, I will be looking for more downside. So I already kind of know where the next 8 hours is going for me. I watch the 15-minute for the next 2 hours. Once that happens, I reassess. If we stay above, then if we come back down here, then I look for the V-shaped recovery out of the 1 hour. And when the 1 hour starts to push up, I look for the 1 hour to get above previous highs. Really, 1 hour needs to get above here after that reset, if it occurs as such. If it doesn't, then I'm short in the market. So I already know exactly what I'm going to do if Bitcoin does that. Now, if Bitcoin stays flat here, it's going to pump up on the 7, break resistance. 15-minute will have to come down, bounce here, okay? Then the 1 hour can take it up, and then we'll be looking for these resistance points to possibly short or get above to continue bullish. So the 15 and the 1 hour are going to tell me what's going to happen for the rest of the market, all right? And the psychological support at 19,500, you get above that, it's a good sign. So right now you're looking for the 7-minute to pump you a little bit, and I showed you out of this savvy cup and handy to the upside. It's a very ugly cup and handle, but it is a cup with a handle. And there it's going, pumping as we just suggested it would. Green candles. Why am I so accurate with these tiny, small time frames? How do I say something's going to move and it moves? Because the stochastics RSI are that accurate. And I live and die by them. And if you live and die by them too, then you become that accurate as well. So it's up to you what indicators you want to use. I'm giving you the stochastics RSI with divergences. One of the best indicators you can ever really get your hands on, in my humble opinion. All right. Shout out to everybody here that stayed on my live. We always get those 100 people to leave the live. But I'm telling you, you're going to get more information here than you are somewhere else. I'm telling you that right now, and you know it in your heart. This is for people who want to put in the work, though. This is a hard-working stream. This is for people that really want to be stimulated and work their brain, work their mind. If you just want to sit and watch like CNBC, or you just want to press play and be entertained, this stream entertains you, but it also keeps you. It also gets you going. You have to be kind of in the moment. You have to be wanting to learn, right? Man, a lot of us have come a long way on this journey, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. To sit here and look at the charts and be in complete understanding is such a blessing. Let's get it. Shout out to Grace. Grace, you did so much to get where you're at. Think of all you went through to get where you're at right now, Grace. I remember that girl that just entered my trading group that couldn't draw a line, but that believed in herself and that knew that something was going to change in her life. You know, a girl that went through some hardships, that was there for her sister, that was doing everything she could for her family. I'm telling you, that's what keeps you grounded. That's what keeps you where you're at. Grace, it's your love for your family that I truly believe will lead you to success, because you never give up, because you care so much, and about your mom's legacy. And I'm sorry to, but you're such a beautiful person, such a special person in my life. Thank you so much for coming to the live stream every day. Shout out to Grace Protocol. I really appreciate you. Thank you. I never heard about Bitcoin 3S. Now I can short. Yes, you can. There you go. Super chats. USTC cup and handle on the 22-hour time frame. Well, if Bitcoin's going to dump, USTC will probably dump as well. I'd watch out for that. Okay? I'd watch out for that. We'll take a look at it, though. We will, Wendizzle. Yes, the trend analysis bootcamp, says Love Learning. Anyone else want the trend analysis bootcamp? We got 15 minutes left. We could bust it out. And now all the shorts, and so look, we're telling you the 7 minutes in a cup and handle, trying to double bottom here and remain bullish, attempting, stronger than this pattern. This pattern rolled over. This was trying to roll over it, and we are getting a bounce. Super chat, USDC cup and handle on the 22-hour. Let's take a look at USTC. All right, USTC. On KuCoin. Shout out to everybody coming out. I know a lot of people are still on vacation. Hopefully they went somewhere. A lot of people probably are back home though, and it is what it is. That's a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. See, that's a complex head and shoulder. Can be kind of sketch. It's also like a bear pennant, like Bitcoin's doing. You see? This thing's still at the base of the triangle, but it did begin to break support. But look, there's your high volume node right there. It can't break that. See, right about here. Super low, though. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour says, I want to push up to the upside here and make a move. And I'm bouncing off of, and low, a high, a higher low. You need to put in a higher high above 7.3 to remain bullish. Okay? To remain bullish. Also, this impulse to that impulse. And you're getting close to the 618. Do you come down and touch the 618? Maybe there's a chance you do on the Fibonacci there. Alt F is your Fibonacci shortcut. I suggest you use it as much as you can. Huh. UNFI in a cup and handle. We'll take a look at that. Werewolf, man. Thank you for coming on in. Thank you for the $28 in Super Chat. You people are amazing. Much respect to you and yours. I appreciate it. And guys, is anyone missing the second camera that we used to have like right around? Is anyone missing the second camera we used to have right here? Do you remember we used to have the second camera like right up here somewhere? Is anyone missing that? If you are, let us know. If you're not, all good, I have it here. I can set it up tomorrow. Let me know. I don't think anyone is. I thought it was cool being a filmmaker, but I'm a filmmaker. Most people maybe not be a filmmaker. They probably don't care. I'm all about, 2 angles. Oh my God. I think that's amazing. The second cam, bottom left, let's go. Thanks. Mr. Smurvington, it's cool when you have it, otherwise charts rock. It's cool. I didn't mind. It was dope. Shout out to Stack. I think it looks cleaner without the second camera, in my opinion. The second camera used to result in great chat interaction. Interesting. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool seeing a lot of a bit inside workings. I like the camera for a bit, but don't miss it. Side profile. Glad to be here with you all. We're glad you're here, Grace. Thank you. Like the focus on you and what you were teaching. Interesting. All right. All right. But it's a show, Love Learning. It is a show. It's an entertainment show. You can't take that aspect away from it, An action replay camera would be epic. 22-hour on this. It was good. The new spot didn't interfere with the charts or anything. It seems like the time for one of the Bitcoin pumps that makes one scratch their head. The Christopher Nolan of YouTube for sure. Liked it, but didn't need it to love the lifer. I love you, man. So, I get it. People are like, dude, we're into you, man. We're into the top. We're into the charts. Like, we don't care. You could be stick figuring as long as we hear your voice and we see what you're talking about, right? You could put the bulls into the cup and handle. You could put the balls into the cup from perspective. You're funny. This stream is like Hitchcock. Great director. Shout out to Fingbook, man. The second camera taught multitasking and the optical brain level skills, which can help you multi-plem timeframes when charting. You're funny. You are the entertainment. You are so big we see you. You're funny, man. Like you took a sip from the cup. Oh, you like when I take a sip from the cup? I could do that if you want that, you know. We get funny towards the end of the live, you know. Thank you. All right. Enough. I have fun, but we can't have too much fun. We got to do stuff. Sand, 4-hour cup and handle. I think the multi-angle can be toggled would be cool. Yeah, you have no camera, and I'd be here. Shout out to Subculture. As long as the stick figure had the cool shirts on. Lifer, how about that Pax v Wick? Any comment? No. Golden DJ voice is world class. Shout out to Finbook. Thank you. Not really. It's cool. Sometimes watch too much light in the background. Not really. It's cool. Sometimes there was too much light in the background. Number 2, a lot cleaner looking without it. All right, David. One day, Lifer will drink from a cup with a handle, and the universe will implode. Let's pump, baby. Let's pump. That's USTC. Get that up on the screen, too. Silly. Still looking juicy. Oh, yeah. It is still looking juicy on the 1-hour time frame. No reason to abandon it yet. Let that 1 hour push on out. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hours also oversold. I mean, this thing's still oversold on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Unlike Bitcoin, falling volume, falling price, this thing could get a move. Jupe with fixed range volume. Also the fib at the 618. Shout out to Vidal. Thank you. One day Lifer will drink from the cup. Yeah. All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. The 22-hour time frame is what Wendizzle was talking about. Kind of. Wendy, because it came from this low point, yes, tight, slight cup and handle. I'll give it to you. Can't say no, but it's a little, but you know, slight. 22 hours extremely oversold too, which is a really good sign that you're going to get a bit of a move here. Interesting. I don't know how this is going to pump while Bitcoin dumps, but again, this chart's been doing its own thing. Watch Bitcoin kind of go sideways, and this thing could just completely destroy, melt faces. Overbought on the dude, it's oversold on every single time frame from the 1 hour all the way to the 22. Quite interesting. 30-minute may have a little, you know. 50-minute wants to pump too right now. So again, it's been doing this a lot though. It's been going sideways, and it's been a kind of a, it's been a, you know, I put $2,000 in the trade. I was up 250 at the most, you know. So I was like, I'm not gonna take the 250, like. So I just put myself like a little, you know, shaved my stop a little bit. I'm still in the trade. I'm just still in the trade. It's been a boring trade, to be honest. You know, any news with the RBS and SRBS hack? No, I don't know about it. You're telling me about it. Let's take a look. Russian convicted of 9 million world hack avoids jail time. This is from 2019. RBS partner hacked August 20th. Looks like they get hacked every week, man. So, yeah, funny. RBS hack 2022. Water football? What is water football? What is water football, dude? I've never heard of water football. Waterfootball.com? I've never heard of that. Funny. Bitcoin 7-minute head and shoulders. You're trying to say this is the shoulder, that's the head, and that's the shoulder? We already have it in a cup and handle, and it broke out as suggested. So, I don't know. It could make a head and shoulder. I mean, you could say this is the shoulder, here's a head. As long as it makes a previous high here, it's not a head and shoulder, though. So you're looking for that break to this area. We need the short squeeze is what we're looking for. All right. Okay. Thank you, Sam. You're a great teacher, and you're Sammy Cuppenheady. Everyone, be careful what you say in the comments. There's little kids here, man. Don't write that P word in the comment section. You know better, Billy. Anyway, Using the RSI, I'm seeing Bitcoin 30-minute and 1-hour bullish dip, but could already have been played out. I know you're probably just trying to help me though, Billy, so I apologize. I'm not always the best when I'm brash, so please give me a break. Short looking, ooh, ugly. Careful, y'all. Yeah, I honestly, I'm not into opening or doing anything right now. I said it was a 15-minute short. Like that's not a good look. 15-minute time frame, you know. But he said the short looking ugly. I don't know what he's mean. I mean the 15-minute. As long as if this stays there, I mean this could break out for some gains. Are we looking at the same chart, Fidel? Y'all are funny, man. See, I feel like you guys still do things that I don't do. Like, oh, that's Faha Fohi, man. That's not Fidel. Sorry, Faha. I saw the F. Shorts looking, ooh, ugly. Careful, y'all. See, I don't do stuff like that. No, I love you, Faha, but like shorts look good. I don't do stuff like that. I say, look at the chart. I mean, I guess you can't post a chart. You're there. But you should say something about the chart. You should say, I would watch that support level. It looks like it may be losing on the short. See, you don't tell someone short looks ugly. Watch out. It's just not how I design or describe trading. I say watch the short. It's at resistance, and the Stokes don't seem to have a lot of room. See, that's the way I would, instead of being short's gonna go down, man. I don't know. Like, you know, there's an emotion to your words. You want to start using chart descriptions whenever you're talking about any type of coin or project, because that way you're not like, it's going down tomorrow. The daily looks very overbought, and it has an issue, you know, hitting that resistance point. You know what I'm saying? Inverse head and shoulder on Bitcoin on the 15 looks sweet. Interesting. So you're telling me you don't play the stochastics RSI then, right? Because they're extremely overbought, you know? So I'm like, funny. Let's look at here. Inverted head and shoulder. That's a double bottom, man. It's a W. And that's the W. That's the cup and handle on the 15-minute. It's like you're not listening to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're not listening, dude. Or you just came into the live like and didn't watch any of the live and just started saying stuff. That's what happened. I can tell that's what happened. You just came into the live and just started like saying stuff, but I don't think you were here the whole time, you know? Yeah. You could try to say, this is the shoulder, that's the head, you know. Nah, we had the cup and handle, man, banging on them. Like, now I can't find out where I did it. Does anyone know where I did the chart, the cup and handle chart? I opened in so many charts. Maybe I could just go back on this one. It would bring me back. No. Does anyone know what chart I put that cup and handle on? Was it the FTX chart? I'm not sure. I forget. I made so many charts today, and I want to track that. Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? I know. Bitcoin dollar, right? Indianapolis. Nope. Here all morning. Sorry if I'm coming off weird. It's all good, man. I may be coming off weird. Who knows? You know? You're my buddy. We've been buddies for a long time. I do. Oh, there it is. It's on the KuCoin. Yeah. There you go. I mean, you could have, we called the 7-minute pump live, right when it was right there. And boom. People make money leverage trading on that one idea right there and go home and basically make a living off that right there. You can make a living off that right there. All right. So look, you broke above the resistance, which is 19,500. If you can stay above 19.5, then we can kind of start to break out of this, right? However, that 15-minute is getting overbought, and I'm telling you, every time it's been high, you get a pullback or at least some sideways behavior. So your best bet is you pump up a little more and you get some sideways action, right? You're actually getting rejected by the 200 too. Usually, I mean the 21. See, when you bounce, but once you fall below, you're going to get maybe your first rejection off the 21 before you can get above it. I'd like to see a short squeeze push us well above the zone to the upside and hit the measured move of the cup and handle to 19,661. All right. It was KuCoin chart, I think. Nobody works harder than Sam. Man is a machine. Shout out to Harvey Kaplan, man. I love you, Harvey. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the 453 beautiful Lifer likes. Thank you, Lifer fam. You are the best, man. Thanks you, everybody. Super chats, UNFI and a cup and handle. Let's take a look at UNFI. Honestly, I mean, the consolidative move is, there's a kind of a cup and handle. Yes, I get it. But it's more about and me being Sammy Cup and Handy, if I'm not that excited about it, look, it's more about this consolidation. This just long consolidation. And the fact that it keeps making higher highs and riding the 200-day. Something's going on with this. They're either using it or the team needs to buy it for something. Somehow this is being utilized because people keep buying it for a reason. Oversold in the 4-hour as well, which is awesome, right? For a possible move here. And let's just recycle these. I don't know what he's saying. I have no idea. And that could be your breakout if this can hold. You can see it also kind of getting in that bigger channel. So that's something we're looking at. UNFI to the upside here on the 4-hour time frame. Oversold. 1 hour ready to bump to the upside. Let's look at our 15. I don't like to get in when the 15 minutes high. I would wait for that to come on down. But I definitely would set alerts on UNFI on the 15-minute and watch it closely. UNFI. All right? UNFI. Yeah. Looks pretty good on the 1 hour. Looks good on the 4 hour. Getting tight. That 4 hour riding that moving average is very interesting to me. All right? Also, let's pull a Fibonacci. I make gains in my sleep. I make gains in my sleep. Won't you come and watch me with that Fibonacci? I want to make it sound annoying. You know, I'm messing around with y'all. So silly, man. I was on vacation, man. I was trying to do something funny. Everyone has to judge the guy every time. But you know what? I may pass away tomorrow, and all those judgments, they won't mean anything because I'll be in the grave, right? ERSDL looks like a breakout. I was looking at it last night. It's interesting. It had a bit of a pump, actually, the last few days. ERSDL. It was on my radar. Let's take a look at it. But yeah, UNFI looking pretty interesting to me. Possibly massive gains coming. Not a lot of resistance, too, for it to gap up at least there. And then, yeah, not a lot of resistance, at least for this gap up, too. So UNFI looks very interesting to me. Okay. And I would wait on the 15-minute. I don't like to get into the 15-minute. Gives me that nice feeling, you know, to be jumping on in. So where did the music go? We lost the music. 12 o'clock. We have 418 people here on the live still kicking it with me. I really appreciate that. ERC looks beautiful. You tend to, you do trend analysis bootcamp. So many people said yes earlier. Thank you, Sam. Great charting. Super chats. Jupe, ERSDL breakout with the retest. And so UNFI. I want to post that. Look at UNFI. All right. Take a look at that. I would watch it with an alert on the 15-minute. All right. So watch UNFI with an alert on the 15. Honestly, running a trading group is harder than, like, a lot of, you could just, it would be so much easier to just put an affiliate link out to Bybit, to post my charts every day, to tell people the link, and just to make, like, freaking $10,000 a month, I mean, a week, or, you know, $10,000 to $20,000 a week, and just, you know, and watch people just get rocked and racked and say, oh, we made it, oh, we made this one, and oh, you know, not every trade goes well, but honestly, man, the trading group thing is, like, one of the hardest things you'll ever do, because, like, you need to work every day for the people in the trading group, and if you don't, they're going to leave. You're either going to produce every single day, or people are going to leave you. Like, it's that simple. CryptoLifer, been in the group for about a month. Here, testimonial just came in. One person said, CryptoLifer, hey, I bet a mentally tough few days. Long or short, I lost a backpack traveling a few days ago. The bag had my iPad and a MacBook. The MacBook had 2 wallets with about 70% of my crypto. Oh, man, you don't have the seed phrases written down somewhere, dude? Come on. You got to have the seed phrase. You can lose the wallet. You can lose the computer. The seed phrase, you can always recreate the wallet. Come on, man. You got to go to your mom or someone really close to you and give them your seed phrase or something. I don't know what you got to do. You got to do something. You know, I pay a military-grade security firm, but with the help of a Discord that I love, I may have a chance of recovering them. So after being in a foul mood, I jumped into this video for mental support tonight, and you nailed it. Thank you for being you, man. Anytime, bro. I appreciate you for saying that. CryptoLifer, been in the group for about a month, and I've learned a ton about the market in both directions. I'm doing about break-even trading right now, which is huge improvement over the losses I usually do in crypto. However, the real benefit I found is that I get up every day, and I hit my job a lot harder. I'm a sci-fi author, and I managed to get an entire book written in the month I've been in your group. Usually takes me months to write a book. That's the money in the bank. Thank you for showing up every day. You're an inspiration. Dude, I can't wait to read your sci-fi book. I'm super excited to help you finish your book at a faster period. This is stuff that's awesome. I mean, the testimonials are starting to turn. We're helping people make money, but we're also helping people change their lives. And that's the key. I change my life. You change your life. We change our lives together. I show up every day and commit. And I know you guys are going to show up every day and commit to my channel. So I show up every day and commit. When I know you guys are going to be here, I lug all this equipment with me. That's that feeling, knowing that there's a group of people really there waiting for you every day. I bring this equipment. I cannot miss a day. Because if I miss a day, I miss that movement. I miss that connection. And we're building something so strong and so beautiful on this channel. Let's take a look at the super chats. Let's keep it moving. Someone asked about Jupe. And someone asked about USDC Cup and Handle. We got that. Someone asked about Jupe, right? We took care of the UNFI Jupe breakout with the retest ERSDL. Yeah, so it's Jupe and ESRDL. Let's take a look at those. I can't seem to find the music. There it is. It's behind. Find similar, and let's just see. This is find similar and see what it does. So look at a Jupiter here. Jupe. So we talked about Jupe bouncing off this 618 level. All right, and we had drawn a fib, and we got a little pump, right? We got a little pump, nothing crazy. Then we had this flag, could it continue? And then it rode the 618. Look at that. Just completely rode the 618. Almost in a bit of a cup and handle. See, that's not house music. That's soft house. To me, that's not soft house either. That's like funk. Deep house. Yeah, see, I go for deep house. I don't do funky. Certain type of music I like, and certain type of music I don't. All right. So look, we got a little move out of that. That initial move gave us, I don't know what it was, like 17 or something %. I'm willing to delete everything and just restart here. Got to go to the daily. Well, what Jupe's doing is very interesting. Number one, you got to go to the daily chart, and the daily chart looks beautiful. It's oversold, and it's in an upward trajectory with a higher low. It needs to put in a higher high to continue this move. And what we'll do is it'll make maybe this. Look at that. And that will be your, or maybe you can go up higher and make a high. But regardless, it seems to be making some type of consolidated pattern. Wouldn't that be beautiful? If it consolidated up and down, we traded it multiple times, and then we were able to take it for more. Daily looks really nice with lack of bullish momentum. That's a good sign, all right? 22-hour, 8-hour, yeah. Let's look at our 4. 4 hours also oversold inside of a flag. This is also another good sign. Look at this. Oversold in the flag. Bit of a cup and handle there. Is it not? All right. We can then change this trajectory to clean it up a little bit and make sure it's spot on. And it is. There we go. All right. Stay clean. All right. Stay clean with your shapes. Make sure you're not like just... Then we have this channel here. We're going up. We broke up, but we were in this channel. Not trying to confuse you. I'm just trying to build for you here. Can also extend this out. Interesting. That's about to break out, right? This is Jupe. Extremely oversold and riding that moving average. I mean, that's interesting to me. See that? If you look at the 1 hour, it's just doing this. It's getting very tight. And that's a cup and handle. It's also at the bottom of this, you know, bounce, bounce, bounce on the trend line. Very interesting. 1 hour's oversold, 4 hours oversold. The daily's in your favor. This is looking beautiful. Of any chart I would trade Jupe. All right. Market structure is a little funky, but I like what I'm seeing here. It's tight. Look at that. I mean, it's oversold on every single time frame. On every single time frame. I've still seen things done from there. Doesn't mean you're in the clear just because it's oversold on everything time frame. Just gives you a higher probability of a win, doesn't it? For Jupe. All right. What I've been doing too the last few days, I don't know if you've noticed, just because it's a holiday week, I'm just trying to be a little more open with the trades, just kind of like making the live stream kind of like whoever gets to see it, because I know a lot of people are traveling with their families. Some people are in the Discord, some people aren't. So I'm just being a little more open with the information. At the end of this week on Friday, we're going to close it down a lot more. It's going to be more centralized into the Discord. But right now, I just want to give people a community vibe, a community feel, understand what's happening. And, you know, just so they can understand, like they can take advantage of the market no matter what. So I just want to put that out there. And I do that. I try to do that during the holidays because I know it's just everyone's traveling, different stuff. And the point is, some people are watching the live, some people are watching the Discord. People aren't as in the Discord as much, but they might just get to the live in the morning. So I'm just trying to get everyone that's around what they need. You know what I'm saying? Jupe on every time frame. I mean, including the 15. Yeah. I mean, the 1 hour, the 15, the 4 hour, the daily. Not the 3 day though. Look at the 3 day. You've been hitting these big resistances on the 3 day. But don't stress the 3 day right now. Trade the 4 hour and the 4 hour only. 4 hour looks pretty bullish, and so does the 1 hour and the 15. So when I like the 4 hour, I look at the 1 hour for entry. The 1 hour looks good for entry. I zoom back into the 15. If the 15 minute looks good for entry, I'm all over it. You know what I'm saying? And normally I don't have these other two patterns here. I just have the one pattern drawn. Like I normally wouldn't have this and that. Just something to think about. It may be some confusing to a beginner though. I can kind of add them at another time. I like the bottom trend though. That's cool, you know. But you can just see I have another bigger idea of a trade that may play out. And it might actually help me understand a little more too of what's happening. Here's my support and resistance lines as well. Everybody, it has just come to my attention. It has just come to my attention that we have hit 30,000 subscribers. 30,000, baby! Celebration. Huge celebration today. I'm taking my wife to dinner. Huge celebration tonight. 30,000 subs, baby. That's a milestone. That's a number to freaking be happy about. Everybody, we did it. We breached it on the live. We thought it would be Friday. We're a little later than we thought, but we still did it exactly on time, baby. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you so much, DJ Porter Rock, for the beautiful, beautiful image. I saw an image pop in. I was like, what is this? 30,000 subscribers, everybody. 30,000 subs. Our third way to my goal, my first goal of 100K. I want that plaque so bad, that 100K plaque. I want it more than you ever would have believed. I think about it every day. I salivate it more for that than almost anything because it's just this. I used to see YouTubers with the $100,000 plaque, and I would be like, I don't think I'll ever get there. And like, I can see that, like, I'm on my way, baby. Like, we're gonna get there. Like, we are going to. If I don't die, I'm getting that $100,000 plaque. If it's the last, I'm gonna get rich or die trying, baby. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting that $100,000 plaque. It is what it is. Shout out to each and every one of you that got to be here for this beautiful milestone on the live stream. 30,000 subscribers. Unbelievable, man. I didn't think it was going to make me this happy, but because it's all of us. We work so hard. It's you showing up. It's the likes. It's the videos. It's the teaching. It's the group. It's every single thing. Like, none of this could have been done on my own. Shout out to DJ Porter Rock, man. I love you with all my heart, man. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to John. Shout out to the call we had today. Shout out to my whole team. You guys are awesome. I couldn't do any of this without each and every one of you. As Bitcoin breaches 19,590 and it breaks through, as we suggested, that resistance, the cup and handle does bust up to the upside as suggested to the measured move. We had you at hello here. Unreal. Did I redraw my cup and handle? No, it was the bind. Now I can't find that cup and handle again. Like, why does this here? But look, beautiful double bottom on the 15. We called the pump of the 7 minute. We said, can the 7 minute save the day here? And don't get too excited. We could get rejected and this whole thing could dump. It's smaller time frames. Smaller time frames have not confirmed beautifulness yet. But we had you at this cup and handle. Right? I forget where I put it again. I swear it was the KuCoin chart. But did I erase it and do this again? You know, but there, look, there's your inverted head and shoulder. It's bigger, but. And there's your breakout double bottom. Now you got resistance at 19,600. Like, see? Now you got to get above that. Otherwise, you're going to make another bear flag and continue to the downside. 15 minutes still not in your favor. Like, it's, yeah, I don't care how well you pump there. Like, you did reach this little high. That's fine. But barely, okay? It would have been nice to get up in here, for sure. Above 19,700, all right? That's what it would have been nice. All right, let's look at ERSDL. Sorry, I got a little carried away with 30,000 subs. So awesome, though. I mean, to hit 30,000 today, what a milestone. What a milestone. And I even had a professional say that we're growing very, very fast and very well. So I'm like, I had a meeting with someone who does that professionally. We had a nice meeting today. Thank you for setting up the meeting, and I appreciate everyone that was there. Yeah. ERSDL, I don't know if I call that a cup and handle. It's kind of a cup and handle. I like my cup a little more symmetrical. Also, look at the lack of liquidity here, because you can see the candles don't get really full-bodied. Always tells me there's a little bit of an issue there. 15-minute is heading back down, likely to come down either double bottom here. It might be its line in the sand, or it's going to maybe bounce one more time here. Look for it to hold above this zone. Look, resistance, resistance, bounce. That's a good support and resistance line right there at about 00671. You're going to look for that bounce, and then you got your rejections, and your 200-day moving average is going to come into play. Something to think about. Interesting. If you pull a fib on that, really no reason to. You're at like the 886 retracement, right? So I could pull it if you just want to see it. And yeah, 886. See, I just told you it was going to be at the 886. So without even pulling that, I knew that. You don't really have to. Anyway, so you could see it for some levels to watch. However, I like to see the bounce first, and then we go from there. We take a look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour is extremely oversold and does want to bounce to the upside. It is at a bit of a cup and handle. However, if you look at it for what it is, okay. So you have somewhat of a higher low here. You got that tight channel that never broke out. However, it was a bit of a descending triangle, you know. Daily's finally oversold and does want to bounce up a little bit. That's interesting. And you're in this extreme falling wedge. Huh. I don't like market structure, and it's pretty ugly to me. It could pounce. Anything could happen. I personally don't like the trade. I can't explain why, but it just, I don't know. It's a little beaten to the ground. 4 hour does want to push to the upside, and so does the 1 hour. I don't see why you wouldn't get a big move out of the falling wedge. It's a 68% chance that you're going to get the measured move, but that's just what the math says. That's not what I'm saying, and that's just the math of the technical analysis. The technical analysis suggests that you'll go up 36% to the measured move, and you have a 68% chance of that occurring. All right. So ERSDL looks good on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. The 15-minute needs to kind of reset and find its way. All right. That's ERSDL in a nutshell. Thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate you for throwing down. Very, very nice of you. Okay. If you are watching and haven't subscribed to the channel, please take a moment to subscribe. So close to 30K. Let's get it, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you for doing that. Go me too. Chicken man, it's already on list. Stop spamming, please. Wow. Message to the Sinu raid people and send in a super chat. Message to the Sinu raid. Funny, we got raided by him, huh? Johnny Bravo, Sinu, Celsius Inu. It was pretty smart, though. You got to give it to him. Celsius Inu was a pretty smart idea. As much as I'm hating on the, I don't want to be bombarded by these freaking crazy guys, but like Celsius Inu, man, I wish I'd come up with that. I have to give it to them, right? Is it an Adam and Eve on the 1 minute chart? Bitcoin. I'm not going to respond to that. That's Bitcoin in the 1 minute, dude. You people doing a raid, actually, you know what? I will respond to that because you might be asking a quick question. I want to help you. All right. Let me help you. You're asking about, you have a moment to help the guy. He's asking for a question. The least I could do is go to the 1 minute and help him out, right? The least I could do. He said an Adam and Eve double bottom. Yes, it was an Eve and Adam double bottom, though. Exactly. But yeah, but that's also a cup and handle, man. The Eve is the handle breaking out. The cup is the, yeah. But it was an Eve and Adam. Because Adam is supposed to be the triangle first and then the half bottom. But yes, you're very correct. I would call that an Eve and Adam double bottom, not an Adam and Eve double bottom. But yeah, you got it. I'll give that to you. You nailed it. And look, we just got above the resistance, everyone, that we had to get above. This is a really good sign. And look, we hit the measured move of my cup and handle right now. Look at this. Oh, another cup and handle hits the measured move on the live. Dude, who else does it like this, baby? Let me sit back and relish in this. Hold up. This is awesome. I hear myself talking. Oh, that. No, okay. I was about to say, I swear I hear myself talking somewhere. Interesting. What do you think about the highest hit for? And honestly, if I didn't do what he asked and go to the 1 minute, I wouldn't have been able to see this awesome move. So you're the man, dude. And that's why you go the extra mile for other people. When you go the extra mile for other people, you get something out of it yourself. And look, at Bitcoin breaking that psychological support at 19,005, we saw this bottom on the 7 minute. We drew the cup and handle. We suggested that we would go to the upside. Sammy, cup and handy to the upside. I mean, that's how powerful these charts are. That's how powerful the time frames are. This happens on my live every day. If you like what just occurred, if you saw how we found the shape, we're able to identify the possible measured move, and it all happened in real time, imagine what I could do for you in the Discord. Join the Discord, $99 a month. Blow your mind, honestly. I will motivate you. I will get you going. I will drag you to the top. I'll do everything I have to do to get you going. Let's take a look at Sinu on, and I don't even know if we're going to be able to find Sinu. It's probably not on CoinMarketCap, I'm guessing. I may want to stay away from that, honestly. As much as I appreciate the super chat. But you said you would short at the bottom. No, I didn't. Crypto Jesus? But you said you would short. Let's explain this. I said I would short what at the bottom? What are you talking about? No, you're not listening. Congrats on 30K. Wow. Just $99 a month. That's my trading balance for the week, man. Get your money up, dude. Dude, if $99 is going to be tough for you, how are you going to become a billionaire? If paying $99 a month for you is going to be hard, how do you become a multimillionaire? How are you going to change your life? Hold up. If $99 a month is hard for you, how do you ever think you're going to become a multimillionaire? You think a multimillionaire, you think $99 a month is hard for a multimillionaire? I'll be honest, you think $99 a month is hard for me? It wasn't hard for me 5 years ago when I wasn't even into Bitcoin. I was making $100,000 a year editing. I was a hustler, man. And I worked a night shift for 6 years to get into that $100,000 where I was. Like, I worked a night shift for 6 years. I freaking busted my butt to get into the $100,000 income bracket. And even then, I was depressed. I was barely able to make ends meet with my wife not working, living in New York City. So don't tell me about $99, okay? Because I came from the bottom, baby. And I dragged myself all the way to the top one day at a time, and you can do it too. I am proof that you can start from zero with an idea, a microphone, and a tiny little logo you made on Photoshop and a belief in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you can do anything you want. That's the true monetary. Everyone is going after money. I want money. Money comes from belief in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you will own the biggest house on the block. You will have the nicest yacht in the harbor. You know? If that's what you want. So come on, man. I can't have people worried about $99, man. My crew is for people that want to strive and go hard. If you're not ready for the 99, then you're just not part of my crew. It is what it is. I'm so sorry. There's a rod and gun club in New York City. It costs $250 a month to be a part of. They don't care about the people that can't pay the $250. They like to pay the $250 a month. And you know what happens? They meet other high net worth individuals that meet each other, and it siphons out the people that can't afford it. And so they meet people with big ideas, big dreams, and big moves. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. And then you aspire one day, you might not be making it. You're like, man, I would love to go to the rod and gun club and meet some of those dudes that are in there balling out. Then get your money up and get your 250 and get into the group, you know? It's about changing your life, man. All right? Honestly, I did DoorDash when I needed extra money. I never said I didn't have $99. Never. Never. Honestly, I honestly thought, when CryptoFace came out and there was Market Cipher, I thought I needed it. I put it on a freaking credit card. I had no money. I bought Market Cipher on a credit card. So don't tell me, and then I end up never using it. And then finding my own system and teaching myself my own system. How crazy is that? So, I've done, when I was a rapper, I wanted a beat from Static Selector. He's a famous, he's pretty big. And I hit him up on Twitter, and he was like, dude, if you buy the beat tonight, I do beats for $5,000. He's like, you buy the beat for a G. I had no money. I was broke. You know what I did? I put the beat on a credit card, dude. Because I knew that opportunity was what I had right there. So I have gone above and beyond. And I'm not telling you to open up a credit card, do what you want. But I am telling you things that I did. I went all in. Because you know why? Because I believed that I was going to eventually find my way. I'm amazed that the smartest of us with the PhD can't make money. I've heard that from, dude, people with PhDs can't make any money, dude. I keep reading that. Dude, you got to start your own hustle and be your own boss. You can't work for someone else and expect to become wealthy. Come on, man. People listen better. CryptoLifer trades after the chart show confirmation. He was thinking about a short coming later today because of what the chart initially showed earlier on until the cup and handle. See? EMA snap on the 1 hour. Adam. What does that mean, Olam? My Uber driver buddy makes more than the average lawyer. Look at that, dude. Pro tip, take the TA he gives you from here and then use those gains to get into the group. Once there, you can grow that. Then there is no looking back. Look at Porter Rock, man. And that's why we do this. We provide you the knowledge before you enter the trading group. We're not trying to gouge you. The best businesses provide value before they ask you for value. That's how you run a proper business. That's what we do here on the channel, all right? Gomi 2 pumped already. We were a little late to that, honestly. Kind of sad. Is consolidating a little bit here on the 10. This beat is horrible. If someone came to my channel and heard this beat, it would be like, really? Are you serious? And the thing is, that was deep house. This is house music. Ethereal, moving, heavy beat, nice bang on them. That's house music, So this is a tight action touching the 21-day moving average. The 10 may give you a bit of a scalp to the upside. I wouldn't touch it, but it could pump. It could very well pump. Not my thing, though. I don't chase after something that pumped that hard 20 minutes ago to an hour ago. I just shut up. What is that noise? Hold up. The air conditioner, maybe? I think the noise is in your brain. Can you make TA on Sinu, bro? Why do you guys want the Sinu? All right. Last one. Then I got to leave. This is late. I shouldn't be doing this late. Now I got to find this nonsense coin. I can't find it right now, and I'm not gonna spend an hour deep diving it. I really am not. Also, I saw Celsius lowered their price. This is a big news for Celsius. Let's get this out to socials. Actually, Porter Rock. Let's get this out to socials. Big news for Celsius. All right. Last night before I went to bed. It looked like they had lowered their liquidation price to $4,000. All right. So, hi, I'm CryptoLifer. Hi, my name's Sam Price, professional crypto trader, also known as CryptoLifer on YouTube. And today I want to bring some news about the Celsius debacle just in. This was last night on July 4th at yesterday afternoon. But just in, Celsius Network has paid off another $64 million towards its Bitcoin loan. Their liquidation price has dropped to $4,967. So as long as Bitcoin stays above $5,000, it looks like Celsius may stay in the clear and not get liquidated. So just something to bring up. If you're worried about Celsius, if you're nervous, there's a chance that you may still get your funds and things may be okay. So stay positive for Celsius. Hopefully a billionaire, Alex Machensky, if I say his name right, is going to take care of us and do the right thing. He did look like a pretty moral, regular guy, but you never know. He looked like, we don't really know what he will do. But if you're in Celsius, my heart goes out to you. I understand what it could be like to have hundreds to thousands or $10,000, even $2,000 locked up. because it could be a lot of money to you, and I'm sorry you're going through that. Hopefully, it will be resolved in a positive manner. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I do news and stuff like this every day and technical analysis. Check me out every day, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and Monday and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. I botched the last one there. Wow, and we hit the measured move and then came back down a little more than the measured move. I called Bitcoin going to 19,662 out of the cup and handle on the 7-minute time frame. And lo and behold, Bitcoin would go to the target on the 7-minute time frame. How did I get that target? How do I figure this stuff out? Because I figured the bots do wick to wick. All right? And see, if you take this wick to that wick there, you get the length of the pole. And if you swing it the proper way, because over time, you're going to start to know your trajectories in your movement. So people that left our channel, we call Bitcoin exactly to where it was going to. And we do this all the time. I did this 2 nights ago. We did it again here on the live. And look, as it's getting rejected at the exact area of resistance. And that's not a coincidence, everybody. The bots work on algorithmic Fibonacci levels. So the bot can only go up a channel that it had taken from before. You get what I don't know if you get it, but like it's a constant movement of price action. Let me show you what I mean. This is going to blow your mind. This is the last thing I'm going to do. I'm not going to be able to do trend analysis today. I'm so sorry. But look, that's your move there. That move should probably be about the same. If I take the wicks, this should be the same as the measured move of the cup and handle. Why? Because look, this is how you dropped here. So then you made a cup and a handle, and then it just, I can't fully explain it because we live in a mathematical equation. See how that line should coincide with the measured move of the cup and handle. Why? Because that ratio was the same bot scanned ratio that the bot will scan again and again, and they'll keep adding this to all over the place. And you're gonna, this is something I'm actually, a new science that I'm teaching. But like, see, there it is there it is there. It's pretty nuts. Like, and you're gonna see this like same signal move in the shorts and the longs because they keep compiling a similar scanned range. Again, this is way over your head. It might be bugging you out, but that's how I'm able to like figure out a lot of this stuff too. There's more going on than just measured moves. There's like a science to it. But I mean, there we are again. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the day. I'll be scanning the markets. I'll be looking for it. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Let's jump back into the studio. I'm going to jump into these screens. We're going to rock it out for you. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for having a beautiful time with me. It's July 5th. Do spend time with your family. I'm sure most people are still on vacation. I hope for the rest of the week you get to spend some time with your family, hang out, enjoy, relax, okay? Hey, this to 500 likes. Perfect TA for Bitcoin today. Hey, get this to 500 likes. I know. It's because the same players amount. Exactly. Very true. Cost of living in the States affects the cost. Plus, the lower cost of entry tends to bring in people who aren't as serious, and the quality of the group drops. Exactly. It's true. Which we collapse with our Zerbal eyeballs. You're funny. Congrats on 30K, though. That's awesome. We live in probability matrix, which we collapse with our observer eyeballs. Exactly. It's either the wave or it's either a wave or a particle, right? And when you look at it, the wave becomes a particle somehow. We don't know how that happens, but it is. Mind blown. That's amazing. Gotcha. Thank you. Go me too. Yeah. With current and I did go me too. I just wasn't a fan. DJ Mumbles might be good for house, but don't know if he's active. Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Hold up. I want to do this right. Every time I do it, like, and I'm like, it could be more, apparent. That's not going to do it, though. The funk house mix on my way out the door. Pause that. House music, baby. Tropical house, organic house. What is organic house? It's pretty organic. Everybody, thank you so much. Hold up here. Let me get this. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Without you, I never would hit 30K subs. Without you, we never would have had a beautiful trading group. Without you, other people wouldn't be helping other people in my trading group. Inspiration breeds inspiration. Motivation brings motivation. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life, everyone. Thank you so much. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your time on this earth. Live in the present moment. It is all you have. Have a great day. Peace.